No niin, siitä lähtee.
Jää kohta lähtee Airilta henki.
Ensin vasta ASTRALIS menossa jo ja Encellä on hyvä mahis viedä tää pistoon.
Oli helppo.
Jep, ENCE vei tär...
Nyt jännitettä.
Terve
vaan kaikille.
Paljonko tässä on aikaa? Joku... Montako tää on? Mikä tilanne tässä menossa?
Kyllä.
No, ihan selvä tilanne ainakin meikäläiselle.
Katsotaan jos synää kulkis.
Nyt
Mulla katsoo
loppuun.
2-2 tilanne. Nyt ne punkkaa.
And they put their best foot forward here in the first round. Will we see the force buy from ASTRALIS? I doubt it. But with ZipX at the other, maybe they consider scouts and CZs. But I feel like they'll focus on the big picture stuff here as we have a slight timeout.
Tässä selität.
No niin, joka jättää tykkäyksen tälle streamille. S for ENCE.
Väärä peli. Sä kattelit jotain Simsia siellä.
Joo. Justi se sitä.
Slam winners won the previous major. This would give them a third major title, tying them with Fnatic's record.
Mutta missä on
There's
Hustler?
no signs of them slowing down either. That's the impressive part of the ASTRALIS team is that even while winning, there's no hints that anyone's clutching close behind. Liquid seemed to be the only team that might.
Kerrankin pisla, jep.
IBR gave it a go yesterday, and perhaps with
Nyt vaan jännitetään.
Brazilian and Portuguese speaking lineup, there's something in that. But right now, this is as David and Goliath as it gets. It's out of nowhere to go against them.
Mitä teette, jos ENCE voittaa? No siis Marko ainakin lupaili, että se ostaa mulle ja ARQYlle pelipaidan. ENCE pelipaidat jos ENCE voittaa.
Ai
eka. Sieltä! Kyllä. Nice.
Vittu nää on kovia. Ihan oikeesti.
Jep.
Se oli vasta pislarundi ja niillä oli osto, mutta nyt. On niillä ostoja. ENCEllä on Allulla Mäkkymppi. Ostaako Avika?
Tekee rahaa.
Ostaako Avika vai pysyykö Mäkkymppi?
Tekee rahaa.
Ei ostanut Avika. Rahaa olisi ollut.
Bit more aggressive outside for.
Säästää varmaan.
This time, in fact, they burrow into Pop Dog. We've not seen them try and take that position, but Sergey, he's already got Molotov down.
Oho. Ei perra. Suppreella. Mä katson tätä liekkiä tuolla. Liekkille.
Kävee huonosti.
Kyllä levis.
And they hold off Pop Dog. Guns in their hand, we're gonna see exactly what ASTRALIS is capable of.
That's quite the statement, isn't it? We go into the first gun round there, and within a few seconds, everyone's dead on ENCE. No one has dropped on the ASTRALIS side. It's just.
Tää on nyt jo mahdollisimman pienellä viiveellä.
Here's the thing with the start from ENCE. So far, it has been very quick. The pace on the pistol, the follow-up, and now this round, most of the action has happened about the 120 to a minute mark. They can slow this down. If they start to set that tempo and ASTRALIS has to use the utility early, if that gets in their mind, they can dictate the pace.
It's always difficult to analyze these sections of the game itself because yes,
no niin.
to use that momentum, they know they've got lesser weapons. ASTRALIS won't be fully equipped with the incendiaries, maybe no helmets there, so they're trying to stay together, keep it very fast. But dupreeh with a double spray down with that AUG, of course, towards the main entrance. He finds the bomb and all hell breaks loose. It's up to LXB now to see whether he can actually cause some financial damage. 35 seconds to do so. CT's have full control of the bomb, and he's just going to see if anyone's flanking his position.
Ne kyllä kuulis.
Smokes down in front, won't be able to spot anyone yet. But Device, he knew where he was coming from. They could hear him inside.
Sieltä vähän savui.
There's the first round collected. Took about a minute further to find the last remaining player, but that's fine. They only lose one gun in the meantime.
So Allo can afford the AWP. He flashes that straight away. No problem for him to make that decision. They are going to force him around him. Mac 10 sees it. Not as strong as you might think that. As we head into round number 4, Allo, he had a fantastic train performance in the game yesterday against Na'Vi, but he dropped off towards the end of the series. So
ei sentään ollut 16-0 ASTRALISilla.
His teammates going to require it. One pistol, one SMG, and they're making their way
quickly.
That pace continues, Matt.
Sergey all the way down. Go back. Device. He's got a hold of the top of the bomb train. Finds the one already at Sandwich. Rotates it around. ASTRALIS are ready for this. Absolutely.
Oi. Nyt tippuu porukka. Jep.
Absolutely ready for it. You know what? I think it was a bit. I don't want to say predictable, but unsurprising. They want to send a message early.
I would have thought they'd allow ARQY to at least explore what's happening there. They know that ASTRALIS don't have the AWP right now. Maybe they can't do that to see if you can get any picks. But you're absolutely right. They are so ready for this. How perfect is that round? It doesn't get much better than that. Round 5 has to be the eco. Presumably ASTRALIS will take the lead. As we'll see now. Just the Glocks and the Russian side. We discussed this all tournament long. Most teams focusing that inner bomb side because you're almost guaranteed.
Jos ENCE voittaa, tunaan pevut 20, okei. Tuossa on vittu. Nyt jännitän.
Still trying to find his way around the corner.
Mäkin laitoin vähän peppiä ENCElle. Pitäis tulla suunnilleen 100, jos voittaisi. Oli pislarundi, mutta
ei.
jotain saada aikaiseksi.
Device is going to be a problem for them. There's no question. ALU, he can't be slow at any point in this game. Yesterday, he had a few off moments, sure. He was huge in crucial late round, late game, big moments, but Device is going to be firing the whole time on that AWP, and they have to
Device on kyllä niin kova.
To this round, it's going to be AK-47, so you're going to have to use utility to try and negate the AWP of Device. It's very powerful. Looks like everyone on ASTRALIS is looking very, very sharp indeed. 3-2 on the CT side of train in the first map of this best.
Eilen oli katsojaennätys. Striimasin sitä Navi-peliä, niin oli kuulemma joku 1800 katsojaa yhtä aikaa.
Paljon teillä on jäljellä nyt aika?
1-3-3.
1-8.
Joo.
Aivan päivittäisen striimi.
Still down below. And this is also a bit unsurprising. As soon as the money becomes a factor, they want to slow it down and solve ASTRALIS because they couldn't overrun them as planned. Cleve is spotted as well on that jump, so it's not just he that's holding the angle. Now Alexi knows that he's down there.
Teidän mennä saa popparista.
He knows how far away he is now. That's not really wallable, but he is certainly.
Aleksi kattoo aika hyvin ton seinän läpi.
Tietää sille, missä on, mutta ei pysty poras. Avikalla varmaan pystyy. Hyvä XMen. Oi, Allu laittaa. Ei tarvii avikkaa, kun AK:lla vaan. Nois, Sergei. Aleksi kyllä. Nyt näyttää jo paljon paremmin.
Jep.
Kunhan ei liikaa lähde hakemaan ja tuo meet tosta defuseen. No joo, ei se edes yritä.
Allu seivaanella kyllä aika paljon.
Joo, oli kyllä näin.
Trying to see if there's any
Kaipa
aggression.
beam.
He's 7 towards Ivy. He gets that all-important kill. It causes the rotation. And then Zipex at the very back of the bomb site. Nothing he could do. Alu with a lovely shot. The AK-47 guarantees the round. And they manage to take 4 players down with them. Dupree will survive. They start to adjust things. And I'm interested to see if May just goes for that second kill. As Zipex is called for a tactical timeout here. Brilliant shot from Alu. Covering the flanks. This is going to be a good game. These guys are ready to deliver on ENCE. The timeout's here.
Jep, Allu tässä vaiheessa jo joinut servun.
So that's why I feel like they're kind of considering the double orbs right now. Slight issue. No one wanted to take any chances with even the slightest of FPS or any other issues, given this is a grand final. You don't get to play in these too often. I mean, I guess if you're ASTRALIS, maybe you do, but certainly get this comfortable as possible, and that's a factor as well, because their mentality on this stage, it's a narrative you've heard all week long. They've never been on this stage. ALU's the only one. And they've come in now for 3 series and remained absolutely resilient all the way through. So rock solid and take down mentally as well, not just by beating them in the server, but taking down Liquid and Na'Vi mentally. Now this is twice as hard against ASTRALIS, and you gotta wonder, do they crack? Is there a point when they do? This is a whole different level of pressure. Watching the clips from yesterday and just seeing how ice cold ENCE were after winning huge clutches against the likes of Simple, for example. They're such young players, but playing years above their experience. And now we go 3-3. Remember on the T side as well. So they're doing a great job so far. The unpause is coming through. It's only device that has not purchased yet. Mages will not.
Oliko Sergeillä se Logitechin langaton hiiri? Mä mietin, että teillekin pitäisi ostaa varmaan semmoinen. Se on vaikka kallis. Sitten pitäisi ostaa sen latausalusta siihen. Mitä näitä spämmejä oli tuolla, että
Olis teillä aikaa nyt jälleen?
Twitch-chattiin tai
1-2-9.
spämtis
Jumala vai
hanskasen
pääsin
ASTRALIS.
samaan koska nyt sain heti toimimaan joten.
He misses the Molotov and the flashbang, gets the kill, and now he falls back safely.
So Dupree this time the one to go up underneath of the ladder. Blave's already rotated off. He's playing at
Final
B,
mouse.
swings early, and it's all five there. Dupree, he's already
Final mouse on kai aika kevyt.
He's just below.
Mutta niin on kai se Logitechin se langaton.
He pushes now, he locks them in.
Ai.
Incendiary's gonna force them. They're gonna have to take damage from the flames. Sergey gets through it, finds the kill, but it's now Dupree's turn to strike. Immediately behind Mzazz. Smoke down knows that they're pushing up. If they get him, they can actually wrap back through Z Connector, but look at the amount of players that have rotated over from ASTRALIS. They're not letting them go anywhere in aerial. It's a Sur-set finish to the round. There's no way he finds four in this occasion. He might get one through the smoke. It's a fortunate find, but immediately responded.
Considered one of the best anchors in all of CSGO. It's xWerttaaZ holding the inside bomb side there, perfectly positioned, and the enemies are pushed in towards inside as well. That play from Mages, they know they've lost information.
Siellä on rahaa muuten, mutta XCV ei
Nää
kyllä
ampuu aika hyvin tuo seinän läpi.
That's why
Tai
they go
savujenkin
focusing
läpi.
towards inside there. 5 versus 4 and running through the
Taitaa
flames.
olla
Tuossa en
kiva
tiedä.
kolikko.
Kyllä ne varmaan ostaa.
xWerttaaZ, look at this positioning. It's so well played. Then he gets the kill for the smoke, no problem at all, and that denies the plant. So very well done. It is a
Oli vähän
reset
tuuri.
technically, but they still have enough of 4
Savulle
AK-47
miten
to
vaan
X7 on the map 10. Not a huge deal, can make that
Pevu
work.
turhaa.
They send 5 players towards inner once more.
Aarilla on kovaa pelaa oikeesti.
Just xWerttaaZ. Same play though, Dupree's underneath. Does it work twice? xWerttaaZ, wide side, they know he's there. They can flirt with him. Shoulder peek, but he still finds it. Sergey! Oh, he ran off the cliff. Katarine Swine, he goes down. He was created because of the tag in the air. That was
Hitto Sergei tappoi itsensä vahingossa.
unfortunate. It's not exactly what you want to see on their side of things because now, despite that they get xWerttaaZ, they're only left with
Se
3
olisi
alive.
muutenkin
Bomb
kyllä
is
kuollut, kun
planted.
se ampui sitä niin.
Can they hold it? No flank this time. All 4 at the front of the site for ASTRALIS. Money's still good. They can definitely make a case for going at this. And they will. Smokes in place up the lane. Not on that side. Not where Mzazz gets to find Aerial. Kits enough. It's down to just X7. And he's only got a Mac 10. Rifles away from him as well. They're already inside. He's going to try and push through. He knows they're on the bomb, but he can't find. Can he? He might have time. He's got the knife. But Dupree saves it.
That was too close for comfort.
Lähellä.
Aika lähes.
Miksi ei voinut ampua? Loppuks sillä panoukset vai miksei ollut ampumaan
Right
siihen?
between the shoulder blades, it's an instant kill as well. That was a chance he
tiedä.
pulls that one off.
Täytyy katsoa
Not
nyt
meant to be. xWerttaaZ
uusinta,
once
jos
again.
näet.
He did so much damage there. That's a crate. The Sergeant didn't
Sillä on
do
ollut vielä
anything wrong.
panoksia.
This is very unfortunate. Takes so much damage. xWerttaaZ with 2 kills. initially,
Sykkaleeksi ei saanut tosta
5-3.
toisesta edes
After
tappua.
that reset, it has to be the full eco now for ENCE. They'll take a bit of investment here. CZ's P250s, 1 Deagle. Hold on to about 2.
Ei se on vasta vähän häviöllä, ei se vielä ole hävinnyt.
Toivottavasti Allu pelaa sitä nää vituista pelannut mitä eilen.
Toivotaan.
Device swings though. That's going to buy him some space because he already can hold off the reverse side of the alleyway. Nade in, followed up.
Aika hyvä no.
Blaves went first device.
Aika
Easy
hyvä.
at that point. Sergey will plant at least at B. So further money for ENCE. ASTRALIS looking pretty comfortable.
Nää ei tee virheitä, nää tulee
They are
poruksessa.
far enough forward though. If the Palu gets a headshot, Sergey's able to at least get a trade.
Sitten vähän tuolta.
So there's something in it. Hard part is getting rifles and the angles that they're playing because it's going to be decently, or a decent amount of distance, I should say, between them and the kill. Palu's got behind them again. He lost to Sergey. He's too far removed at this point. Damage in. Does find one, but has to reload. They're somehow not putting him down yet, but Mzazz will. And that'll be 6-3.
Miten se ei saanut ammuttua sitä?
Pretty well done there from ENCE. They get a couple of kills. The bomb planted.
Aika hyvin Allu pysyi hengissä.
The bomb down.
Siellä ei ollut deviceilla ottaa varmaan kitteen, niin sieltä ton purun tuolla.
6-3.
En tiedäkö miksi ENCE on pelannut noin pelejä.
Ei Allu ammu.
Start stepping up the AWP train. You can get a lot done with that sniper rifle. Device sat on 8 kills right now. Everyone from ASTRALIS looking very, very good indeed. But ENCE are holding their own.
Come on, ENCE. Jep.
And this is not unfamiliar for them. They've been down in a number of games early on and come back.
That's true.
Na'Vi had them at 7-2 and 7-1 at 2 different points in that series. Alexi trying to find some ground. X7 again will battle off with Mzazz. This will be an ongoing duel between the two.
Yeah, it's a great battle as well. X7 so good with his timings and individual skills got better and better as the tournament progresses. Now they flashed off towards main, unable to get any real information right now.
Backed off because the utility in place. X7's aware that they could sneak out. They've obviously scouted that. I think most people have on train. Device checks corner with the AWP, but still they bring xWerttaaZ over that direction. So he had the information that no one was there, but I'm surprised he doesn't rotate off of that.
Well, they're showing so much presence towards Pop Dog. They're comfortable at Ivy still, so might as well have a couple players towards inside. But X7 with the commitment, the flashback is spot on, but the shot isn't. Glaive ready for it. Takes him down 5 versus 4 once again. Against Glaive, who's looking to find a couple more though, but looks like his days might be numbered. The player right next to him, that's Ariel. He doesn't miss many shots. He'll take him down, but xWerttaaZ finds the bomb.
Finds the bomb as the key aspect, because now ARQY has to find a kill, create space, and get out! How does he jump off the ladder? It's so unpredictable circuit.
Mitä vittua Sergei?
Fused and destroyed Dupree all in one motion, but xWerttaaZ will hold out against ARQY, who managed to get the bomb back, but that's
No ei tee virheitä silleen.
Very confident in their setup right now. ASTRALIS
Varmaan pelaamista.
almost perfect. An awkward moment towards Pop Dog. They looked like he almost glitched out, but it's because he's jumping off the ladder, attaching to it again, trying to make things as difficult as possible.
Mutta ENCE voittanut näissä kaikissa aina se ekan mapi.
Lost bonus starting to rack up now.
Edellisissä peleissä.
Vissiin aika lailla.
Se olisi aina hyvä, että voittaisi aina ekaa.
They can see what's available to them.
ENCE
Winning these sort of rounds, especially with the lost bonus given the 5th stage. You can get Deagle, you can get armor, you can get a few smokes, execute towards inside potentially and see what can be done. I'll take the time out now and work out how they'll operate in round number 11.
En mä pärjäs tulla.
So off again. Save required ENCE. I've got a number of bomb plants on this. 2 on rounds that they won, 2 that have been defused on rounds that they lost, which has also been in this sequence of 4 rounds against them, so that's been added.
Näkyy tuolla vasemmalla ylhäällä. ENCE logo ja pikki.
Specifically 2 rounds ago, it was desperate. This is an X7 kill on Glaive cleanly, and he's got a gun picked up to go along with it, so an M4 to work with on the T side. Device does a response, wants to try and take the corner at B. That allows the other 3 to stay on the A site.
Annetaan vähän tasoittavia.
Get the good spawn, try to take it on, and now they've got their second kill, but xWerttaaZ, he is an absolute beast right now. 3 more for him. He just keep finding hat-trick after hat-trick, and it looks like ASTRALIS are back on
kyllä tekee töitä.
2 versus 2. HP pretty similar on either side. Device with the AWP though, but he still has 100 health and all of his utility. As we hit the 1 minute mark, slow things right down and work out what the next move is.
Niin sillä on Dupreekin.
Allulla on kyllä tosi hyvä kulma, vaikka se menisi vaan pommin kiinni.
He's only on 25. In a position to try and plant the bomb. Device is nowhere near enough to deny that. X7 wants to bait them out though. The longer he does that, the more chance he gives Device to rotate around. And ARQY can't really counter that set angle. He can swing to trade, but he certainly would give Device a crack at it. Fortunately, Dupree plays this smart enough. Goes over to check B, and because he's so far away, Device can't do anything. He's got to hold for his teammates to get back.
Tulee kahtomaan, mutta kumpi voi tandoa.
X7 only has the 25, but again, he's the one that has the M4.
Paska ajoitus lähti just alun
He's gone to Pop Dog, and he knows exactly where Device is.
Yep.
He's sneaking in lane as well. Time's on his side. Low HP finds Dupree. Device gets off and just plays the ladder so that the feet don't show, and he's pulling him away from the ball. Each step further away, a better chance to win the round. Device, does he have time?
Älä kerkeä.
It's going to be a close one here, Matt. This with the eco
Yes.
victory, and ENCE have pulled it off. The bomb
Kyllä.
explodes. It takes it. Device down with it. And it's that fast and powerful play with X7. It gets him a rifle.
Mitä häviäjä saa 132 000 niin oikeesti?
Towards Ivy, applying the pressure. And that's a big one for them. They've got plenty of cash in now. They haven't broken the finances just yet of ASTRALIS, but maybe the morale.
Mutta taas tommonen ekoingundi, joka voitettu.
Alu back on the AWP.
Simple oli jo kyllä.
And ZipX currently set of 11 kills and 4
XWerttaaZ jo oikeesti tekee töitä.
Absolutely amazing game.
Mä oon töissä, mutta siis XWerttaaZ painaa oikeesti sitä duunia. Tällä hetkellä ainakin. Tesseillä on tapot, siellä on Aleksi B:llä 3 tappoa. Sillä on tää paikka kyllä, tätä on vaikea. Vaikea koittaa voittaa tuo top-parityyppi tuolta.
He's got a much more powerful weapon this time to keep X7 at bay.
Nytkö vetää matto alta, jos tää rundin vie, niin ei ole varmaan ihan hirveästi nää rahaa. Kannustaako ne Virtus-proota vaan mitä?
VP will never die. They're legends in this arena for life. Ariel starts it, Dupree down. That's exactly what they want. So slowing the pace has proved valuable because now ASTRALIS is starting to get inquisitive. Vulgar curiosity, he walks in, no chance, and absolutely gets ripped off by it. No utility as well, by the way, for Dupree to try and take a main.
Mutta on tällainen paljon pitäneet lievoja neli.
Absolutely right. They're waiting for that CT aggression to come through. Ariel has really impressed me on train throughout this tournament. He looks fantastic with the opening frags of that AK-47. Mages in position
Nyt vaan nopea al.
towards main entrance though. Can it be done? Not quite connecting the shot. He is low as well. Needs to be very careful here.
Gets forward, flash down. He still steps out. This time he's got it covered off. Nades to further damage. He's barely alive, but he is, and that's the important aspect because his presence will hold them off from hell. Alu in the off-in reverse does get Glaive back, but not before he can get the bomb away. Luckily, they got it back. 8 seconds, it's gone. It's on the ground. Alu's got to stay alive. Missed shot. An awkward standoff in the middle of the site, but they'll wait. They want the time to expire. They want to kill him afterwards, and they will. No money for Alu.
Että kun se ei saanut sitä pommia.
That's very smart stuff there from ASTRALIS. A lot of teams
Toi oli aika akvardi. Sä oot just ampunut toiseen, toinen kurkkaa sitten. Sitten ei se tapaa sitä, kun haluat ottaa, että aika menee.
Luckily, Alu had a bit of residual cash. He has 1200 still, but they are going to take a pause.
Ja nyt ei olekaan rahaa.
ASTRALIS to call it as they work out what their
Ei kyllä seuraavallakaan olevat 1200 alulle. Voi voi.
Ei XWerttaaZ tekään liikaa. Justiinsa tuli ohjelma setti. Mut nyt on pakko eko. Ensi rundilla se olisi jonkunnäköisen osto.
Niin, että 96 voisi olla ihan mahdollista vielä. No miksei joo. Vois voittaa vaikka ekonkin, mutta aika epätodennäköisesti. Ei mitään ostot nyt tällä rundilla. Ne varmaan miettii, että vetääkö Force. No ne vetää Force, no niin.
Kuka Astronaliksen palas pelaa tällä hetkellä? Mitä luulet?
Varmaan Device.
Ei kyllä.
Devicehan nyt joukkueen paskin teropuolen pelaaja. En sanoisi niin Devicea parhaaksi. Se on niin kova CT-pelaaja, vaan että se on tulostilastojen käreessä on. Siitä oli just juttua tyyliin Reftikissä.
Taas yksi helppo eko-kills, tai false-kills. Niin. Minne vitun pullolla tää ampuu? Tää hyppiä ampuu. Mitä vittua?
As no sort of surprise. I mean, that's so solid that they're easily able to work off of each other even in panic situations.
The outside hole is just looking so sharp. All of a sudden, they lose the first pick, but then
taisi olla kyllä riipe ENCEllä.
It's so good to watch, and that's ENCE punishing that pop dog aggression once more.
Siis ne sai ekaan piikin sen jälkeen ampui paljon äijää loviksi, eikä sano sen jälkeen mitään.
Everyone's gone down, and that was the force buy as well. So ENCE will have to take the full eco and see what they can do around him at 50. Glocks, one deagle, one flashbang. Once again heading towards inside and seeing if they can punish the fact that ZipX could be alone, but he's not. It's the kill towards Pop Dog once again. I can't believe it. Alu picks it up and Device trying to answer back. He's spotted everyone there and they're hunting him.
This is the problem for Device now. The AWP against the pistols, he has to run all the way back because if they come around the corner high flying, he'll have no chance at it. Pop Dog continues to be the issue. ENCE, they won the pistol, they converted it. They won 1 gun rounds, and they won an eco.
Tää
So
pitää kyllä tätä popparia mun mielestä
two
hyvin.
things to
Se
take
on
from
aina
that. One is gun
siellä
rounds
ja
aren't
nää ei
gonna
oikein
two.
pysty
They
tekemään
have
sillä
won an
oikein
eco
mitään.
already once. Doing it twice without picking up the M4.
Siitä pystyy hyvin kuuntelemaan samalla, että missä vihu menee. Jos ne pitää ääntä.
Things fall silent. ASTRALIS knows they need to pull back the map, but they also know they don't need to overextend, because on train, you still have so many angles you can play.
And they haven't given away the rifle. They gave away a kill, but still, they've got a massive advantage here. Had they given the AWP up, or an ARQY, for example, that could have been enough to try and force them into getting the kill back in response. But they're running the timer down right now. ENCE aren't sure what to do with this. They've got barely anything, waiting for mistakes to be made, but there's a few and far between when ASTRALIS are on the server. Lave, isolated, sort of. I don't think he'll have much trouble here. They're trying to distract him, but his teammates starting to arrive on the crime scene. The bomb goes down, and Mzazz will finish things off in style with the P250.
Yhden vaan saivat.
Not thrown off at all by running out of ammo. Taps away at range.
Tota mä just meinaan, että tuolla on niin hyvä positiivinen olla tuolla popparissa.
If he gets distracted at A main, if he gets caught up in that, down comes the player.
Hyvä, kukaan ei puhu mitään. Hiljasta porukkaa.
Jännittää niin paljon, että ei uskalla puhua.
So 1 round left in the half.
Ei löydy sanoja.
10-5's not impossible.
This was the shot, so his main entrance. ALU, the only deagle. He did open things up. You could see how far away that weapon was. It's not like it helped him out a tremendous amount, because there's still plenty of money here for ASTRALIS. Round number 15, Mzazz is going to be challenged by 2.
Tää on niin intensiivistä tää katsominen, ettei kyllä pysty puhumaan.
Packing as well.
Nades deep. Catch anyone, gets a bounce off the wall, went off. Bring a shade to the right.
Oh dear, that's not gone well for XCB.
Definitely not. Bit of utility lost. They've got
Jaha,
one smoke
kiitoksia
left, that's it,
eurolahjoituksesta.
other than the one that they were planning on using that didn't go anywhere. Again, though, Device, this is something we've noted, what, 4 or 5 rounds now? Getting this corner with the AWP, they're not challenging it early enough.
Ensellä aikamoiset paineet ja nyt olisi kyllä tärkeä ottaa tää rundi. 11-4 on mun mielestä aika vaikea comeback. No, en sano, että 10-5 olisi paljon sen parempi, mutta parempi kuitenkin.
Vision from Mzazz skip. Flashbangs out as well. They continue to progress down that position.
Nyt vasta heittää savut, niin ei ensi oikein pääse puskemaan.
They're taking damage now, and through they go. They've timed it well. Mzazz got the reload taken.
Silverta kun toimii, pusketaan savusta.
Last round of the half. Blade surely going to struggle here.
First Patops out. Skipnick's actually got the shot instead, but Dupree still up in the control room at maximum. Team kill. Aerial takes down Alexi, the last thing they needed. At least he gets one after, but now he sits on 10 HP alone against Device and Dupree. 13 seconds. Bomb he'll gather, but Dupree waits, finds 11 for ASTRALIS, and so far it's smooth sailing.
Siis mikä vittu toi team killi as well, remember, and ASTRALIS take the lead 11-4 in the CT half. This is the pick of ENCE, and they're looking like they're going to run away with it. ENCE will need the pistol. We said they've had great comebacks before. I'm not sure this is possible. You'll have to find out after this break.
Niin.
Onko toi auki vähän OP?
No se on silleen, että kyllä se voisi olla vähän kalliimpi se aukki. 11-4 tilaan. Tulee ole aika paha. Jos haluat oikeesti vetää maton alta. Niin äsken oli 3-3 ja nyt 11-4. Minuutti 3-5 niin jatkuu. Ei mitään hätää vielä niinkö. No. Ensin mappivalinta ja 11.4. Peli on 11.4 näkyy tuolla. 11.4. Astralis johtaa. Pray for ENCE. Tää oli jo ENCEn pikki. Spämpis softi, ettei Allu ole potti. Ei oo vielä mitään päättynyt, ei oo eka eräkään päättynyt. Eka puolikas vasta päättyi ensimmäisessä kartassa.
It's been nothing short of a miracle.
Press F. No niin, joka äijä jättää tykkäyksen tälle, niin kannustetaan ensin voittaa. Jokainen jättää tykkäyksen striimille.
Just need the pistol. They can get that under their belt and convert
Rukoilkaamme ensin puolesta. Spämpis hanska. No, nyt katsotaan, miten nää puskee. Nää puskee heti poppari. Pikkusen eri meininkinä. Hyvä. Mutta Tokyo missu.
He's going to follow it up. Sergey, but X7 on Lexi. They've taken the bomb down. And Dupree's got to go wide of the train. Wide! And he nearly gets a second as well. He knows the one above. But X7 dropping in. Dupree's got the grab. Aerial hold on!
Kyllä.
They try and swarm him. It almost falls apart. Dupree left in the one.
Kyllähän ne nyt voittaakin niitä pislarundeja.
That's the round they needed. On the CT side, this is now possible. We get into round 17 here. Astralis have a choice to make. Do they force by now, considering they got 4 kills there? Or do they bide their time and look to do it in the third of the AK-47s? It looks like it's the latter. Alu's got the auto shotgun out. I like that. Just one rifle here in the hands of Sergey. That's going to make round number 3 very difficult indeed in terms of that firepower.
Päätteekö nyt Astralikselta matto alta?
1P250
for Magisk. X7.
Olisi hyvä kertoa, että ensin 6 puolella.
Same position that he played on the T side, remember? It's not uncommon when you have sort of a solo hold play it on both sides.
Vai koko peli?
You know the perspective each way. Alu gets Zipix down. Auto shotgun kill. He said he wanted some yesterday.
He did.
1 kill, 3 auto shotgun. That's what he wanted. X7.
Nice.
And nearly finds the last. Had to go to
12 holla.
And with great syncopation, he nearly gets a 4th kill on the board. His Magician now has to just sit back and see the fact that the bomb's down and await his fate. ENCE get their 6th.
4 players survive on the ENCE side, but here come the AK-47s. Did they upgrade any of these lesser weapons now? They have an MP9, a UMP, an auto shotgun. I would say X7 might want to consider dropping, but he'll buy the ARQY for himself. Alu gets the FAMAS. He has to give Sergey the shotgun, so we'll see how this one unfolds. Astralis certainly with the advantage here. Device has brought the Krieg. So he's feeling, we haven't seen many of those.
Mä oon tottunut kattoo enkuksnet. On se Suomi-selostukin ihan mukava.
We'll see what he can do with it. Big round here for Astralis as they start their campaign on the T side. Looks like a very default round. Flashbang from Glaive towards lower round to Zipex.
Mitä meinaatteko, että on helppo comeback? Kattokaas vähän aseita, siellä on AK:ta Astraliksella ja täällä MP9 ja
mitenköhän käy tässä
autohaulikkossa leirikeilleen.
1
Kuppi aereilla.
That far up, you certainly can.
Mä tässä just puhun siitä, kun siellä on MP9 ja uppia.
Ai sun nimiin puhuit vai?
Joo.
Puhu meille samaa. Mä ainakin haluan kuulla, miten sä puhut.
Close the gap by way of gravity.
It was quite a cool little play there as well. They put the smoke at the lower ramp from the CT side and put a decoy of the shotgun inside it, just to cause absolute chaos in there. They're not sure if a player's in there or not, and ENCE will bait out a few grenades. Less than a minute now.
Tiedätkö, mistä
Very
ENCE
slow
on
round from
saanut nimen?
ASTRALIS is waiting for that first pick to come in their favor.
Siima on annettu. On jo. 11-6 tilanne. Nyt olisi kyllä tärkeä rundi. Siellä on tosiaan hakkoita Astralikselle. ENCEllä on vähän mitä sattuu.
Young talent on either side, but a wealth of experience that goes against the other. X7. He's not fooled by anything. This is where the shotgun needs to be a little more patient. If he wasn't revealed soon, he could have easily held back and swung because now Glaive gets ALU. From range though, X7 comes back into the side. He also knows that Glaive's that close. He nearly gets two. He nearly sprayed in. It is just he that remains, however. And despite that the bomb is ticking, Aerial's already on the defuse. Glaive, I don't even think he's aware of it. He's not. He's sitting back and he has to save the AK.
Amazing response there from ENCE. It was the fake from ASTRALIS, well, almost a pinch on the
Oli, eikä sekään enää uskaltanut lähteä siitä. Eikä se olisi kyllä kerennyt.
Then was get towards the backtrack through CT spawn and cause chaos as their teammates came down lower and upper. It works out, but they lost too many kills.
Nyt kävi matto alta.
Absolutely deadly right now.
Tää on ihan live.
Almost gets a double kill towards the connection
Finaali.
as well. Does the damage on the first, but then can't find the second. The bomb's being defused at this point. And he's left with nothing. It looks like ASTRALIS fancy the buy here once again. They know they're so close to resetting the CTs. As Glaive jumps down the pop dog here, looking for that first pick. There's a little bit of damage towards Aerial. We'll have to fall back.
Remember the way in which ENCE battled back against Na'Vi. They won an eco. Went on a run of 6.
Tää on ihan vietävissä.
They won't be intimidated yet.
Varsinkin, jos nyt vie, niin seuraavan pistollirundiin. Sitten ruvetaan olla jo melkein tasoissa.
They're on their feet now. ASTRALIS with one AK-47, a Galil, Deagles. It really isn't ideal. They do have a lot of utility, and now a pick in return. They're going to upgrade one of those pistols to an M4.
Send area down, that forces them back by some time. X7 will complement that with one that also goes over toward A main, and that buys a bit of room as ASTRALIS have to regroup. Eight with a reset. That's the possibility for ENCE.
With that opening pick, ASTRALIS slowed things right down, but they need to hurry up now. 30 seconds remain. ENCE are playing in front of any potential smokes. A double stack, as it looks like xWerttaaZ will start to show presence towards inside. A Molotov and a smoke to pull a rotation here. There's actually two players there, but this is where the action really takes place. Outside, LazyDanger has a chance for two here. If he gets it, he can actually pull this one back. He's bought a tremendous amount of time here, but he does go down. 10 seconds to get that plant in.
The time was everything. Just that little fake, but ALU, he's trying to swing back in. AWP, he can't do it. Mzazz was waiting at the edge, and they won't be able to deny the plant. Sergey, he may have to back off with this. He's gonna try it. He'll go around at least and give it a crack. If he finds one fast enough, he does have a kit to work with, but what a task it still would be from there because you've got xWerttaaZ, Mzazz, Katowice.
Ei saatana.
Absolute stars.
Tomareet ei oikein
They're
onnistu.
searching for their third star. Let's keep that in mind. This is what they're playing for. They want a third major. Mzazz, it would be his second, but what a story for him as well. In a year's time that he's joined this roster, they've been unbeatable.
Joo, kertokaa mitä Allu tekee.
That buy was a bit of a gamble from them. One AK, a Galil and Deagles to get that first pick towards the pop dog area. That gives up a rifle. There was 10 seconds remaining. xWerttaaZ with the inside. Not so much a fake, just showing the presence with the smoke in, the Molotov there. It was enough to keep those two players caught in that position. They had to take the gamble. They're thinking, well, there's 10 seconds left. We've got so much heavy signs in toward this side of the map. It's got to be the commitment, but it wasn't. Device comes back round towards main entrance and takes down LazyDanger. That was the kill that decided it all. Allowed them to plant. It couldn't be denied. And ENCE, they saved one weapon. So they want to buy up into this. They'll take the tactical timeout and discuss their options. Looking down the barrel of giving up their map pick of Train. This round would lead them to 13-7 deficit, and they'd have no cash at all. So much on the line.
Tuli just Galaxy S8 uusi Järjestelmäpäivitysten ulkoasu.
Eikö ookin mukavaa aina semmonen?
Liian harvoin vaan tulee.
Left to say. To pull it all out now. His money is gone after this, and you're 3 rounds away from the finish for Astralis. You don't want to give them an inch in this. You don't want to give them room. No room to breathe. Oh, he hits him. He did absolutely. Sergey tagged down 24 immediately.
Tee tällä näin paljon porukkaa.
If you let Astralis settle in late in the game.
Näkikö se jalaa vai mitä vittua?
Tää on hieno nähdä, että kaikki tullut kannustaa nyt ENCE:een. On täällä varmaan osa kannustamassa Astralistakin, mutta kuitenkin.
Brings it over to the tanker. He'll support above the low HP Sergey. Device is communicated. He knows he's done damage here. They might as well go for it.
Joo, tää on ensimmäinen mappi.
If they can gain access through the lower ramp. Dupree swings the smoke early. Sergey's already there, but he's gone. Dupree on entry. Alu's gonna drop off. Bomb plant at this point is sure. But Molotov does reveal to Alu that Dupree's up close. He holds the angle, but can't find the shot. It got away from him, and a lot of people have said that. The crew, as opposed to the ARQY, the spray pattern is much more difficult to manage, and a lot of players haven't taken the time to find it. It's a lot more chaotic, especially if
Joko tuli melkein game.
Nowhere near the intended target
Ei tää vielä on,
mutta niin. As you would like, and there it is. That's a great call from Astralis there. They know the money's low on the end side. They've gathered up that they have bought into this, but they won't have incendiaries. They're not going to have a WP. You've already tagged one towards inside. You might as well pull up as a 5, take that low HP player down, and it's
miten ENCE voisi vielä kääntää tämän?
Dupree getting 2 of those kills, and now a 5-on-3. The round is guaranteed to be Astralis, but they want to take all of these CTs down with them.
Tosi kyllä Allu olisi melkein pitänyt saada stattua. Mutta se on vaikea, varsinkin kun oot niinku avikka-pelaaja.
Lexi won't be able to pick up the gun from the round, so stays on to a CZ. And I think quite literally he will this time as well. Okay, they're going to drop one over to him. He has the armor, so it's going to be pretty much a save. They don't want to invest anything else into it. Give the guns to the 2 that carry the armor and hope for the best, I suppose, at this point in time. Dupree so deep in the site as well. They get in so quickly, and they know, as Chad would say, the flight patterns, exactly where to run and exactly where to position themselves. It was very impressive, and I don't think ENCE are forcing into this. They've saved 2 orgs, but they're going to try and keep their money, I say strong, at least there. Still a chance to win it with Ariel and Lexi B, 2 very strong rivals.
Niinpä, mä otan ENCE.
Is there any sort of aggression from them? They've got 4 players outside. And Sergey actually starts probing towards inner. He is done for. Nearly got 1 at least. Device was tagged on to 48 Dupree alongside and along with everybody else. There was no chance he was getting out of there alive. Flav, look at those smokes. He's already walking out. He's like, he has the whole outside yard. He's wrecked the man.
Koko ajan katoo vähän liikaakin chattia, koska keskittyä tähänkin.
Just gets X7.
Kuulee sieltä.
But it's still going to be glaive. That's the problem for them. Zipix creeps up. Do they know at all that this is already a safe ball? Bomb planted and Dupree's close enough. He can punish this. He's going to get spotted out himself. Digged up. They should push the ramp to take him down because that gives them 1 further gun. Device close enough though denies Alu of working forward to getting it, so it has to be the 2 orgs.
Allu pistää pelkällä P2 tonne sanoo.
At 14-7.
Niin teki. Nyt kaikki laittaa Esporo ensin. 2-1 ensin. Se voi olla ihan hyvin mahdollistakin, mutta tää on tosiaan ensin mappivalinta ja seuraavaksi Astraliksen mappi. Ei tullut katsottua, että miten ne oli. Sanoikaa, jos joku tietää, mitkä mapit sieltä on tulossa.
That add up as Ariel at least gets 2 more down, keeps the 1 AUG, but the AWP, they sought after it. They knew the situation. They weren't giving that up easily. Yeah, that's the really important kill there. They deny the AWP. Ariel can still drop 1 for Alu, however. They're 14-7 down. There's still going to be compromises here with the buy.
14-7.
Astralis looking to close this one out early.
Kyllä kuulee, kenenkä puolella porukka on täällä.
Jep.
Vice.
Yleisö huutaa ensin.
To back away. It's forced off. That gives Alu a chance.
Hyvä, että sai sieltä se. Ne ei osaa odottaa tää popparia niinku noin lähellä.
Miksikä nää hakee ilman valoa ja näitä Astraliksen pelaajia?
Joo, tuokin, että ei se osannut odottaa yhtään, että se on näin popparissa niin lähellä. Niin. Nyt tulee valoa täältä. Noniin. Nyt oli parempi. Allu.
Nyt meni vitun riiä.
3v2 olisi. Ketä ei B-saitilla. Meiltä pääsee selkeä, jos toimii. Ei, etteko olisi tullut saanut.
Ei jäänyt. Nyt nää varmaan tietää mitä nää tekee.
And the reasons that they have to believe him won't be too hard to sell. If he works in this position, they have to consider rotating because they can't afford to get caught out in a 2-on-1
Jaa,
situation.
se teet näköjään menee al.
40 seconds remain. The CTs are
Siis mitä helvettiä?
Se. Sitten pitäis vähän tajuta, että voi olla P-kin. Jos ei välttämättä halua retakeä, niin tulee olemaan kyllä vaikea retake. Kyllä on 2 liekkiä.
He'll stay up above with the AWP as a result of it, and you can already see by the laser he's aiming
Nyt tajuta, että oho.
towards the connector as soon as ZyPix is freed from planting. He then takes that.
Siis niillä näki yksi pelaaja, kun ne osasi B:lle.
The corner of the brown halls. Oh, it's already thrown as well. Alexi and Sergey, they want in desperately, but they're held up. Just that little bit of time. ZyPix knew surely where they were coming from. Nate should get him. Should, but will he find the kill first? Sergey. 17 years of age to try and keep them alive, not concede overtime point. Lutov already down on top. He can force Dupree back, but he actually just walks forward, low HP. Does he have the time? He's got it. He will. He should. ENCE's gonna be so close. He's gonna be extremely close.
Nuori osuu ja laittaa sen klutsaa runtiin.
Mulla se ei ollut tuntunut sitä pommia vielä. Sitten oli paljon sadassa. Jenkse siitä, mä luulen, että se räjähtää se pommi.
Usually it's the T side that will have the advantage there, but I think Dupree wasn't aware of us the bomb was planted. He dropped it.
Nyt kyllä eletään aikaa.
To the side in the more open position.
Aika leunalla.
ASTRALIS won't win the round, but they still got a ton of cash, and I can't say the same thing for ENCE. They're still so close to being broken. I'm surprised they won that. It was such a difficult round to recover. Well done.
Kyllä paljon rahaa ENCE. Ei. Tähän ostaa siltä oikein tullut.
Saa nähdä.
They'll have to do what they can. Orgs, UMPs.
Täällä kamera mistä. Sieltä ei just kerkis. Siinä ei jäänyt kyllä. Kuuluu jo toi äänikin. Siinä ei kyllä jäänyt paljon.
Ihan riittävästi.
Ensimmäinen mappi menossa. ENCE mappivalinta 14-8 ASTRALIS johtaa. Tätä on ihan vietävissä vielä.
Silently, stealthily, get the flank. They have fantastic play, but it's just not possible.
They've been bullying that inside position, but for now, smokes towards outside. It's Glaive to get the first kill. Ariel this time can do nothing about it, but they pull it back. Inside is the call now. It's Sergey towards the spools. Needs to be perfect here. He gets one. It's a scrappy one. And now ARQY needs to start hitting shots. Both the orbs looking down towards the bomb site.
Double flash. ARQY was fortunate not to be gazing in that direction. Sneak up though, they're gonna stay on top of the bomb. ZyPix has not moved an inch. ARQY sees it. So perfect.
Oi, Allu laittaa. Kyllä. Vähän varpaa se kutitellaan sieltä.
Ihan ilmasta taas.
Nyt kyllä Allu heräs.
They have money. They have double orbs and 3 survive. Great stuff there from ARQY, just showing his in-game knowledge there. Sees just the toes of the planter. ZyPix there takes him down and then hits a wonderful shot on the follow-up.
Sieltä vähän varpaa se.
Second shot as well.
Device ei ollut
and it's a clean round.
hereillä tuossa.
That's the one that's the most important so far.
Tai se on just, kun pitää katsoa niin montaa eri paikkaa.
ASTRALISen
timeout.
ASTRALIS
Meinaatko toi, että ne on niin nyt käyttänyt vasta yhden, että niillä on vielä 3 tai ei ole?
Käyttänyt 3.
Onko? Okei.
ASTRALIS, they can buy into this round. Do they want to?
Pitäis olla tuossa matchmakingissakin 4 timeoutta, niin voidaan noissa silveripeleissä aina ottaa niin.
Pikkusen menis varmaan motivaatio porukalle. Timeoutteja kaikki.
8 minuuttia timeoutteja matchia.
Remember, no one has beaten ASTRALIS on the stage, a playoff match in a major since London. They went unbeaten there to the championship. They're going to try and do the same here. ENCE of all opponents, one last team standing in their way. X7 again to the off. 2 to go. Jump, run boost. Trying to flick as fast as he dare.
Ai. Se oli hyvä jump boost. Allulle se alkoi
2700.
Allu on sama ikäinen mun mielestä.
Leaving Sergey alone with the AK-47. They're going to go for that main entrance control one.
Mitä vittua pevukka?
Throughout this tournament, they're so good at isolating the terrorists, dropping the smoke, buying time. They investigate the area, confirm it's clear.
Menee tiukille.
Still in aggressive positions.
Nyt pitäis kyllä tää rundi vii. Siellä ei varmaan oo taaskaan sitä rahaa.
Onks hommia muuta?
Kyllähän siinä varmaan ois. Sen verran tulee chattia tonne. Viestejä. Yllättävän hyvin kyllä vielä porukka käyttäytynyt. On sille jo jotain huueltunut.
Pretty much alone at this point as well. They've pushed A main to at least try and anchor this site, but Dupree, he's the problem, and he doesn't need to be a part of this attack. If they work in 3 from Ivy, they're going to pull the attention and
olisiko vielä toista
then
naattia
Dupree
siinä?
sets
Ei
to
toi
time
ollut.
his approach. He's down to 33, softened up by the
Pääsee
name, gives him
Ivistä.
a chance, but look at Mzazz.
Tulee selkä.
It's one or the other. They're giving up so much space, and ASTRALIS, they catch him off. X7, they get the 1-2
Nice.
lead. That forces Dupree's hand, and now
Nice! Sieltä. Nyt vetää se matto alta.
Full control of main entrance pretty much the entire round. They don't waste their smokes at the start. They use flashes just to ascertain information at the very beginning. Then when they see they're at the 1 minute mark, they start to
Heti rupee chatissa tapahtuu.
Ei ihan vielä juhluta, kuitenkin muutama
Nyt on kyllä pakko sanoa, että ei kerkeä kyllä kaikkea lukea, mutta aika paljon Espor ENCE sille lukee. 16-14 niin. Katso siellä Eko. Vai Foros?
Onko ENCE oikeesti alkuun haastaa ASTRALIS?
We said they needed the pistol. They managed to do that, and they've won some very important gun rounds now as well.
Siellä on
No
klokkia.
utility on the T side, just some CZs, a bit of armor, but Majors. Oh my God! The Desert Eagle finds 2.
Saakeli.
Could that be enough? Possibly.
Alexi still holding off though.
Toi on kyllä niin vaarallinen pelaaja ton Mzazz.
Just when I thought they can't possibly do it to a third.
Kyllähän kaikille sattuu vahinkoja.
Mzazz reminds us that this
Niin
is
vahingossa ampuu vähän Dessulla päähän 2 tyyppiä.
On minäkään se Dessulla päähän vahingossa.
Tuo kyllä vaarallisen näköinen.
2900.
You're right though, the damage as a result puts him down to 48. That means he's within reach.
Nyt se on olevalla se liikenne.
Ei Sergei!
Zippix with a CZ
Se saa pommi.
from ages away.
Ihan just 3 tonnia rikki.
Kunhan nyt ei klutsaa. Kunhan nyt ei klutsaa.
He's in a 1-on-2. He'll try and swing it around.
Se on kuitenkin...
Se on 1 puti sitä kohti, niin se ei klutsa tai 1 naappi.
2, 3.
Kummallakin on molotovit vielä.
Zippix knows with the Molotov down behind.
Tajuaako ne kattoo tästä?
He can get ever
Ne ottaa sitä
closer.
jossain ihan muulla.
He can win this match.
If they overcommit, he's got the first. He's tried it, he's got it! Down to 1-on-1, and he can evade, he can be pervasive, he can try and slip in for
No hyvä.
X7 just barely gets there in time, and the better
Oh,
man
Ei ollut kaukana.
He's got
Huhhuh.
it. Zipex did absolutely
On
everything.
sillä aikaa,
On sillä aikaa jo.
How's he
Siis
pulled that one off? Luckily for ENCE, they pull it
Tuolla on
off.
tiukalla
aika
Perfect
tiukka
movement, you can see why he's
ekorundi.
the king of the clutches.
Jep.
Zipex one bullet away, I'd say.
Onko Encellä miten rahaa?
Finding map points. 14-11 though, however.
Se on voittanut monta keisiä
Round
putkea.
26, ENCE continue the comeback.
Eikö niillä pitäisi olla ihan
4
hyvä
rounds in a
rahat
row. This was remarkable from Aegis.
Keep in mind though, all of these kills, the fact that it's a one-on-one, there's still not a buffer for ENCE. So
Niin vahinko dessu kuten olleen.
Jaha, kiitoksia 200 eurosta. Arvostan lahjoituksia.
Onhan tuolla ihan hyviä
Ace for ENCE. Toi on kyllä toi alertti boksi niin isolla, kun laittaa vähän pieni. Ei oo liikaa tossa tiellä.
Perhaps support, if you will, the lackluster role in the team who wasn't contributing well in these playoffs.
Muistakaa tilaa Pevu.
Absolutely agree.
Jep.
Fantastic work.
Joka ei tilaa mun kanava.
Mitä
10 lahjoitus? S for ENCE. No huhhuh. Kiitos, kiitos.
Keep him inquisitive here as he looks towards Ivy, just confirming certain positions are clear here. ARQY outside as well. The Orbs ready and waiting.
2 ops outside though. This is going to be such a difficult task if they can't find counter picks and X7 gets caught out by Device. ARQY gets it back, but he's going to have to be better than ever, exceptional in this position. Does swing it around, but he can't find the shot. Misses by just a fraction over the shoulder.
Miksi Allu on pohji?
ENCE 4 ENCE.
He's already got a chance at this as well, Glaive. He's not committed to the plant. 27 seconds. He can fire under. It's so hard to do. Incendiary's going to be too late. Even sprayed to try and counter it off. Knows he's got no choice but to go through, and that's where xWerttaaZ is waiting.
Ampu päähän vielä jo, mutta ei riittänyt.
And as you mentioned, going into this round, it's been so tight in terms of the clutches. So many 1v1s, bomb plants now.
Nyt sitten vedettävä tasuriin jatkoajan.
We have enough for a couple of rifles, but then it's going to be scouts, SMGs, and whatever else they can find and scrape together. ARQY, he had a chance to win that one.
Tuosta samasta kulmasta tappaa 3
His position was very good. We go to round number 27. This could be a MP9, UMP, CZ, and 2 orcs, and it looks like a faster approach across Australia's M3 players ultimate entrance, dropping the utility, and ARQY looking to fight back.
Nyt sieltä.
Aggressive. It's worked for the single-log. He's got a second. Looking, panicking. Nearly tried to catch out the bottom of Bulldog.
Joka puolta.
It's Device that caught him off with the AWP up close as well. It was from main.
Sergein pitäis melkein puskea nyt.
xWerttaaZ inside pop dog can fade off of this flash. Does he want to go back for it? Didn't quite work for him. Didn't bounce all the way through. Device, to be fair,
vaikea se on puske. No nyt ei ainakaan. Sergei.
CZ, Glaive goes.
Nice. Pakita, hyvä, hyvä. Just näin. Nyt Sergei pelasi hyvin. Heti ottaa sen bikini, heti pakittaa. Toi kyllä spottaa noin tuolta. Tää pääsee täältä. Nyt on vähän... Ei kannattais pakittaa. Hyvä. Nyt tää yksenä.
One-on-ones. It's 2 isolated battles at this point because Ariel's a half a map away.
But Sergei's got a good position.
Nyt questis plant.
He only has a CZ shot, but time
ei sillä vielä aikaa Aalle, niin ei kyllä otta. Ei, se menee B.
He suspects players towards up, but this is looking very good for him.
This is the problem though. When xWerttaaZ disappears, it's clear he's up to no good. They know he's on B, but where? How do they possibly get that information? They'll go together. That is the right call. But this time, keep in mind also, there's no kits.
Yes, indeed. And no smoke.
Mut kummatkin tulee selkeä.
Ei oo kittejä. Ei smokea. Eikö spotanus? Eikö se spotanus?
He didn't realize. His own gun at
the
vision, and now xWerttaaZ knows that they're working in one above. Oh, he's the lamb, and ends the slaughter because it's xWerttaaZ that's gonna hold it off.
Sinne meni.
Taisi tulla.
On ihan vitun vittua.
ASTRALIS is too much to handle.
Ja seuraavaksi Astraliksen mappi. Mikään mappi sieltä tulee tietääkin.
ENCE otti kyllä ihan hyvin kiinni.
And we go to Inferno next. A tantalizing map, but that's where ASTRALIS do their absolute best work. It's going to take everything ENCE have in them to actually do anything on Inferno, but they've shown they can play at this level. ASTRALIS will rattle for a few rounds.
No mitä chatti olette mieltä? Voiko voittaa Infernos? Se on kyllä niin Astraliksen mappi kuin olleen. Kun tuokin tuntuu, että se oli niin lähellä.
What's up, bitch?
Allulle rahaa övikkaan.
Kiitoksia.
Take two. Hey, this is the Renegade CSGO team.
Kauan tässä välissä on, että näitä pelien välissä jatkuu salva mappi?
Joku vartti 20 minuuttia.
What a beast performance. Every single player stepping up and winning, coach. Hope they learn from the ASTRALIS game. Versing the top 4 teams is a whole different meta of CS. This thing's pretty much empty now. Congratulations, Justin. I've always admired since your early days. You're a talented man. The Renegades are finally realizing the potential many talked about for many death segments here in Katowice. It's so much fun to watch everything click for this team, as they are not one map away from making history for themselves in their region. And I think that's what the heliums are.
Toi vittu heliumi.
Pieni break. Kohta jatkuu.
Pringles has entered the game. The champions of ESL 1 Cologne.
Do you remember?
Welcome to the Cathedral of Counter-Strike.
Think you've seen it all?
Tehdään. Kyllä ne vielä kuule tulee takaisin. Kyllä ne vielä. Vai mitä chatti? Eikö ookin ihan mahiksia vielä? Mitä oikeesti 18 kohtaa? Jaha, kiitoksia. 5 €.
Jätkillä on liikaa paineita jo, mut kyllä ne voi tän viitan vielä.
Kyllä ne voi vielä kyllä, juuri näin. On.
Sanoonko joku match made?
Joo, mä lähden pelaamaan.
Mä tuun InspektaA.
Hän oikeesti niinku laittikin. Mitä ihme.
When you see the unique IEM certified stickers on the outside, you'll find high-grade components with
Ilmeisesti
Intel
vähän
Core i5 and i7 processors inside.
tunnetun ja tubettajiakin
Every
paikalla
purchase includes in-game content and supports the prize pool of Intel Extreme Masters. Game like a pro, because the world is watching.
Tää 10 tilaajaa, niin 18 k. No niin, joka äijä tilaa kanavaa ja jättää tykkäyksen tälle striimiin. Kannustetaan ensin voittaa. Tässä on jo pieni breikki. Kohta jatkuu. Asun jo JK. En käytä nuuskaa. ENCE voittaa 2-1. Se voisi olla. Joo, liked. Torilla tavata, jos ENCE voittaa. Nyt täytyisi nyt 2 mappia viedä putkeen. Ja pitäis viedä se Inferno, joka on Astraliksen mappivalinta. Niin. En tiedä. Mahdollista, mutta... Niin. Ensin pitää kyllä laittaa ihan parasta. Ei tuokaan äsken niin kaukana ollut.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every frag, every moment.
Ei kai tässä kovin kauan mene.
But I never hide. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely. Which is why
ENCEn mappi oli ensimmäinen juna. Ja juna ei kulkenut ihan niin hyvin kuin kaivattiin. Treini, Inferno ja Overpassit, okei. Ei se oikeesti mahdotonta, että ne veis Infernoja. Overpassikin voi olla ihan vietävissä. Astraliksen win-prosentti Infernos on 74%. Ne on vaan lukuja. ne on vaan prosentteja. Mites ENCElle? Onko ENCE voittanut paljon Infernoja?
No prosentteja kyllä kohta pienenne.
No niin, 2 minuuttia 40 sekuntia. Mutta varmaan vähän siitä vielä kauemmin, että itse peli alkaa, mutta rupeavat selostaa jo sitten. 18 rikki, no niin, kiitoksia oikeesti äijät. Kiitoksia kaikille, ketkä tilaa sitä kanavaa. Ja oikeet. Nyt vielä kun ENCE veisi. 16-11 treeni, ei se niin kaukana ollut. Kiitoksia, kiitoksia. Miksei Suomi-selostuksella, siis mä tykkään ite katsoa mieluummin näitä enkuus. Se on vaan, en mä tiedä, tavallaan ihan samaan se on, mutta tottunut tähän. Pevu ENCE. Mä voisin olla semmonen ENCE-striimaaja. Eiks havullakin oo kaikkia niitä havustriimaajia? Tuossa näkyy, että minuutin päästä niin kuin jatkuu, mutta siis siitä varmaan sitten jonkun aikaa niin sitten lähtee itse peli, mutta että ne rupeaa eka sitten selostaa. Varmaan just kertovat siitä, että millaiset mahdollisuudet on viedä Infernossa. Tulee paljon noita, että mitä kaikki tekee, jos ENCE voittaa. Kertokaahan, mitä teette, jos ENCE voittaa. Nyt on aika rajujakin ehdotuksia, joo. Rikomuki. Torille, noniin. Lähdetään torille.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel,
Kohta jatkuu.
Vodafone,
Tai tavallaan nyt jo,
Predator,
mutta siis
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel,
kohta jatkuu peli.
Bedway, and Pay Safeguard.
Jatkan elämää.
Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice Major Championship Finals. I'm Frankie Ward and I'm here with the
Milloin Team Pevukka Majores?
Arena.
Ei varmaan ikinä.
a pair of representatives for each of our final teams. We've got
Mutta voi olla, että joskus lähtis itse tonne paikan päälle. Pikkusen siisti.
These guys are mates.
Vetää sieltä live-streamit, kun on tuolla. Ja sieltä tulee 5 € lahjoitus. Kiitoksia, kiitoksia.
Because your friends are supporting ENCE. No, not really. It's all in good.
Silaakka, kiitoksia lahjoituksesta.
Kärrää mut Silveristä takkas goldiin.
Jaa, täytyy varmaan joku kerta pelata.
A bit.
Well, they don't know enough about Counter-Strike.
Oh my goodness, Samo, you did not do that. I think we're gonna have to settle this using the audience. Okay then, in the Astralis corner, Marlena, I want you to lead a cheer for Astralis. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
Astralis! Astralis! Astralis!
Okay, not bad, but ENCE, can you outdo them?
EC4! 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 EC4!
It's getting a little bit political here in the Spodek arena, and I know it's going to be extra political on the desk as we talk about our second map on.
Easy for ENCE.
Astralis gave them hell on the first map. We had to talk about trade. Astralis on the right track for a trophy, that's for sure. As they conduct themselves with the utmost.
Oli vähän hiljasta, kun ei ollut enää niin easy for ENCE. Niinku silleen.
Got a lot to talk about in a very short space of time.
Katsotaan, jos nyt olisi
real resilience and real chances from ENCE against Astralis on
ei tuo ollut kaukana tuo junaakaan. Juna ei vaan tänään kulkenut niin.
Ootko lukenut kaikki sun viestit?
Juu.
That 1v1 where Sergey was able to win.
Hyvin
felt like that was another one of those rounds, another one of those rounds where they just pull it back and they
easy for ENCE.
You know, it was fantastic to see.
I mean, Zipnik's the highest rated player on the server, and not only did he finish that game, Jacob, but it felt like on numerous occasions he saved Astralis' skin.
He's just so good at the game, Alex.
Isn't he?
It's simple as it is, right? The clutch scenario, everything he does is so calculated, and that's just Zipnik's for you right there. ENCE did everything they could in order to give themselves a chance, winning both pistol rounds.
EEDZ 4 ENCE.
EEDZ 4 ENCE.
Definitely an MVP candidate for the entire tournament.
Joo. Tässä on mokattua toi silleen, että se on oikeasti easy for ENCE.
I think when you look at this being, one of the lower ranking maps for Astralis, and they're still able to do this against a team whose best map is really just a test to how good this team is. Now, I don't, not normally calling players out for bad plays.
Zoo-kartassa pystyy pistämään puupalaa banaanin kahtia.
Towards Popdog, there's 2 that really stick out there. You can see the way that they're approaching a lot of situations too. X7, after he gets a kill with an AWP, he's now jumping, hopping around, very aggressive. It looks like they're scrimming, right? They're just playing a very free style.
Sitä pitää melkein lähteä
testaamaan. Se ei vaan ymmärrä tätä. Easy for ENCE.
This isn't a big game attitude. You don't have to get into this super tight-knit, overly concentrated.
Tuo oli kyllä siisti. Klutsi ja Allu laittoi kyllä tässä hyvin. Kyllä ne pelas niinku hyvin, mutta vähän jäi puuttumaan. Ehkä jos toinen puoli olisi mennyt paremmin kuin 11-4, niin... Ja tämä... Teko se ei nähnyt sitä sieltä. Mä en kyllä tiedä, kun se hyppäsi silleen silloin siinä, että se olisi saattanut nähdä se. Tai tässä se niinku näkyy tavallaan, mutta että...
Showing up again, breaking hearts, getting it done. That's how he closed it out. He's really showing him how the best clutcher in the world.
Ehkä se ei vaan nähnyt huomiosta. Eikä niinku näkynyt sitä kartassakaan. Sitten vielä kaikki paineet siihen. Ei se oikein pitänyt ääntäkään siellä.
Yeah, Alex, so this is actually the clutch Xypix won to close out the game, and what's so cool about this is all of the different things Xypix does right.
Arvasin, että siellä alkaa Pekka
Bolt. He just mollied in ladder, he jump spotted someone there, gets a free kill for Device right now, so that brings it down to a 2-on-2. Device gets traded out, and now we're in a 1-on-1. So Xypix knows, or I'm sorry, yes, a 1-on-2, I'm sorry, 1-on-2. So he knows Sergey got a frag previously at Inter, so he knows he could be looking around somewhere close, and he knows Sergey has a CZ, so he has to play close angle. What you're going to see, he shakes his crosshair on the spools. That's a common lane trick that actually a lot of top pros do. He's trying to get a reaction out of the crowd. So he immediately clears that spot without clearing it, which is the craziest thing of all. He plants in the only spot that's safe to everything, mollies the Z, and then he's aware. He's aware that Sergey could be up. You can see he checked it, and then he gets the best EEDZ 4 ACXACVEN. Sound from here on out. It's literally the perfect clutch. I don't think Sergey could have played the round any better. I was extremely impressed with how Sergey was disciplined enough to fall back after the first frag. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, no, that's what's so mad to me is that Sergey managed to
2 minuutin päästä, alle 2 minuutin päästä seuraavalla matsi. Nyt ei.
These guys have got a whole lot of cojones.
Tää on ihan mahdollinen. Mitä se oli? 74% Astralis on voittanut Inferno, mutta siis siinähän jää vielä prosentteja, niin kuin, että ihan silleen. No niin. Käästää tämmönen Inferno-mappi oikein onkaan. En oo kyllä tainnut pelata muuta kuin monia satoja kertoja. Tai mitä, mulla varmaan se joku melkein 3000 tuntia on ollut ainakin CS auki. On sitä hetken tullut pelattua tää peliä.
Of the map. The narrow streets of Inferno have played host to countless epics over the years. Keep your eyes peeled on a map that guarantees action-packed Counter-Strike.
Se opettelee tavuttamaan.
Se opettelee tavuttamaan D.
Kiitoksia. 2 eurosta.
So the reason why banana is such an important part of the map is because of the utility required to take it. And what we're going to watch right now is how Astralis dominates the banana with utility and what it means for their late rounds. So we're going to have 3 people going to banana at the start of the round, and you can see it forces MIBR to throw that smoke right there as a counter, so that way Astralis cannot get control of banana. Glaive is jump spotting, and he's just dominating right now with Device and
Astraliksen matseja, että miten nämä pelaaja osais vähän counteraa sitä.
They have a perfect timing for a re-smoke bottom banana, the double mollies in the middle, which then requires another
pikkusen on liekkejä ja savuja.
So now MIBR has used 2 smokes in banana, and they have gotten no real estate for it. So it's now safe for Astralis to
ei niinku pääse puskeen tosta, että niinku.
And I'll show you guys what this means now for the later round for Astralis, which is why it's so difficult to play him.
Saa nähdä, miten ENCE pelaa tuo banaani.
But Device is actually still alive at lane right there. And what he's doing is he's spotting mid, and then he smokes lane. So I'm going to pause it real quick. What that then causes MIBR to do is to go up the arch side of mid. Now, this seems like it's the right idea because you can see what's going on, but you also feel like Astralis is filtering you to that side of the map by throwing this smoke, which Device threw. So you don't really trust your instincts when you play Astralis, and that's why you're going to see actually MIBR go all the way back around, which, by the way, Fer got naded right there through the smoke by Mzazz. Another thing that you have to be worried about when you play them. And it's just their time in the round is running out, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's brutal, Sean. It really is. And we've seen it time after time. They've set records on this map for utility damage. They averaged at about 50
Terve vaan kaikille, ketkä ovat liittynyt mukaan.
The current stat for Astralis on Inferno out of 47 maps played in the last 12 months on LAN, they have the highest team out of everybody in the world with 38.8. That's the average over those 47 maps. They also have the highest win percentage.
Kato, äijä keksi, että miten se ei tavuta sitä.
They have the highest voting kills out of all the same teams in the last 12 months on LAN. You know, they've got the highest 4v5.
No, se ei tavuta sitä.
You know, they're up there in trades as well, actually the highest at 25.1%. They're going to need all of those stat lines to come into favor if they want to beat Astralis on their home pick.
They have to play the best Counter-Strike that we've ever seen ENCE play. The problem for them is that Astralis
peli alkaa ihan just. Astralis vei jo ekaan mappi. Tilanne 1-0. Nyt on Astraliksen mappi valinta. Inferno tosiaan. Mä tiedän, että mä vähän kertaan näitä asioita, mutta siis tää tulee uutta porukkaa. Tässä nyt on aikaa puhua vielä tästä, mitä on tapahtunut. Ja niin, oliko 74% Astralis voittanut Inferno, mutta silti luotetaan ENCE parantavat peliä.
It is truly against all odds, and as the stage starts to rise, so does the anticipation, because now it is one single map of Counter-Strike. They've played thousands, but this one means oh so much more. Dynasty to be forged for Astralis and ENCE to complete the story. The odds stacked against them. It's over to Henry G.
74% Astralis voittanut tässä Infissä.
Absolutely, I love Portal 2.
Onko se paljon vai vähän?
Kato, ne puskee mid.
Gonna be incredible. ENCE have it all to do.
Ei, se on paljon.
As you say, on a map that Astralis
Kato nyt.
14-0.
Nyt pysäytetään se.
Push down X7's
Voittoprosentti.
already got Glaive. He started off kills in all 3 of the pistols. He has gotten the opener, but Device is so far down banana already, and he and Dupree, they pulled it back.
Aggressive start there from ENCE, and he kept the opening pick. It was looking very good, but Device towards Logs shuts it all down. It's now just aerial, and the Astralis players are very aware of that. The bomb's still down in T-spawn, they'll push towards the step, and there it is, the first pistol on the board for Astralis.
Ai, pistoli meni sinne.
But this is a fantastic start. Device with 2, Dupree from 3, and they didn't have to deploy strategy there, really. Just a default waiting for that aggression. ENCE get the first kill, but Device in Logs manages to find all the kills required. Now ENCE in the second round. It's very common on the CT side of Inferno. Get the CZ's armor, smokes out, treated like a gun round, but they're going to take the full eco instead. Nothing really purchased here at all as we head into round number 2. No nades, no armor.
Sulla on vittu läppävika.
Pistols, and I'll have a 5-man A-stack towards the apartments.
Just watching to make sure no one jumped through boilers. They push down. You're absolutely right, but
tääkin menee ihan hyvin.
discovering this the further they go with each passing step. No one there. Yeah, back over toward B instead.
Se oli vasta pistol-rundi, että ei vielä mitään. Nyt jo toinen rundi, mutta tää on vähän jo oletettavissa, että jos ne sais vähän aseita pois sieltä. Dupree haluu sieltä rahaa. Ei yhtäkään asetta pois sieltä.
But ENCE can buy up now. They'll have M4s for Mzazz's, maybe some ARQYs, we'll see. The AWP is available to X7, but I don't think he's purchasing it.
Still waiting to find out. No, he's gone away from it, so he's gone to do with the AUG. No bomb plants required thus far. For Astralis, they just win it on kills. There's aggression. Down banana that time.
Now we look at this, there's no incendiaries at all, apart from LXV's got 1. How do they get real control here? Well, if you send 4 players towards B, you might stand a chance. That's exactly what ENCE have done here. Trying to get that banana control that Sean was talking about, but overwhelmed by the Molotov, they'll have to fall back. There's only 1 player on the
vähän
side.
kattonut
That's going to
tätä
be aerial.
pelityyliä. Koittavat saattaa
Bomb site here. Flash over, they're going to try and reclaim territory. It's looking pretty good so far, but a kill in return. CT still fighting back, and it's a 3 versus 2. Sergey alone on the bomb side. They might not anticipate him though. He gets the first frag. Smoke is good. This could be enough.
But now he stands trial for all of his sins because they know he's there and alone. They're going to
se kyllä puskee savusta.
Already around behind.
Se ei tiedä.
Holding off on the tree. Dupree that smoke's going to be gone, so he swings back over and gets inside of the ruins instead.
Nyt on paha.
Has not seen
Nyt
anyone.
pitäis kyllä Sergei haistella oikein kunnolla.
I was aware of the possibility of a player going towards spawn, but there's so many
Nyt kato,
angles to check.
ehkä tajus.
Sergey will do what he can here. It all comes down to the timings. Dupree, remember the Mac 10, he actually does not have the advantage at this point.
And Xypix isn't immediately inside of the site, so this isn't a perfect trade. You have to take many steps to get there, but the fact of the matter is he's wasted so much ammo that Xypix has the chance because Sergey can't continue it on. Aerial yet again. Smoke down, he won't be able to push through yet. Breeze low. If he somehow can swing to find him and not be spotted in turn, he looked the wrong way. Aerial drops to
An interesting approach there from ENCE. They knew they had a lack of utility, so they tried to counter that fact with numbers towards the banana area. 4 to be
Mut ihan hyvä onnitys, siinä on lähteä hakemaan sitä toista.
Players from Astralis there ready to fight back, and it's Dupree once again. Now play with a flashbang off his teammate. Xypix throws a flash, he sneaks through spawn.
Joka jätkä nyt tilaa mun kanava, jättää tykkäyksen tälle streamille. Kannustetaan oikeesti ensi voi. Yleisikin koittaa tuolla kannustaa.
He hasn't even died yet as we enter round number 4. It's ENCE with Deagle, CZs. They've got a mountain to climb now. This is looking like a 4-0 start on the T side for Astralis.
Think about the heavy heart Dupree plays with as well. His father passed just before the start of this major. And he's been here, he's been absolutely focused. No doubt the first emotion for him after this game, win or lose, will be with that of his father.
Aika hävyt.
Carmack spoke about it, the amount of sacrifice these players have had. Dupree will find a way. Gun available as well.
Eikö se kuulu, että ne lähtee panaan?
Still at B, Device. He's already got a kill for the smoke. Almost found a second there. He might be able to get it at this point. Lexi B is very low indeed. Flashbangs in. It looks like all 4 players will commit. There's nothing that Lexi can really do here. He might be able to get 1 deagle kill. He's got 10 HP. He'll have to be absolutely perfect here. There's the shot he needed, but
sitten kun ne olisi ollut linjassa sinne, kun olisi vaan räiskä.
Yep. But the CTs have an M4. No bomb planted just yet.
Ei koskaan voi tietää, miten ne tulee sille.
Swings it back in again.
Missä niitä pommeja on?
Oh, the Device is deep. He's already found the first. This is when ARQY can walk in. No, they're not looking his direction. Gets one, falls off, but he knows they're still on either side, and xWerttaaZ takes matters into his own hands.
Just before it gets a little bit uncomfortable.
Vähän annetaan taas siimaa.
Niin joo.
Loppuun pärvetään pelata.
Ei se mahto siellä.
Höllää sinne 15-0 kohdalla.
15-0 kohdalla.
Vähän niinku meillä siinä saakeli ikäkartta vähän pitkin niin
Tuskopon.
Keeps trading with his teammates, and it's round number 5, 4-0 for ASTRALIS in the T-side.
No nyt on eka kautta kunnon osto, katsotaan nyt mitenkään.
Very default setup here, but ARQY is going to be looking down towards the
nyt kun veesi. Tuli taas vähän väärä kuva sillä allulla äsken.
Sypeeksen joka paikassa.
Niin, se on dupreessakin. Ei saa tuota kameraa toimimaan. Meinaan tuota kuvaa tuossa. Ei saa sillä kameraa.
Kes vitun pulma allulla nyt?
Koko ajan. Väärä kuva.
He's got to be perfect blinded off. Didn't even see them get in. They got by him. Surgery found only one. But Ariel steps back up. Unfortunately, the strike of a match, he's utterly turned to ash by Mzazz, and he burns down inside. Opens up a lot. Bomb is behind the hole, though. Mzazz has to cross back over. Fortunately, there's a smoke down in front of library that will allow him to do so.
Three, but a massive advantage here for ASTRALIS. The retake
siis nyt ei näe kun noi tommoset paikalla olevat kuvat.
Niin ei näy liveä.
No niinpä näyttää olevan.
Yrittää fiksata siellä.
Miks nää ensipelat ei saanut tuodettua vittu yhtään tapaa?
No on niin kovia nää ASTRALIS äijät. Tulee kovaa pää.
No se.
And they make things so difficult to contain. It's that Molotov towards a pit that removed Ariel from the equation. He got 1 kill, but ARQY might be done for. He hits the shot towards Clay. I don't think he survives this.
Kiitoksia 3 euroa.
Suomi Fin story ehkä.
They could with maximum loss bonus.
It's a close force though. It's just under.
Kutsutaanko ensin linnan juhli, jos se voittaa?
They're going to. It's going to be UMPs.
Jaa.
Well, Ariel hasn't got armor yet. He does buy the UMP.
Might be solo. Oh.
Just the partial buy around it. Still possible though. We know the potential of ARQY on this map. We just have to see.
Peflos.
Just waiting again. Same position as last time, so didn't want to get aggressive with the op. Thought there was a chance he might.
Ei oo vissiin ollut läikky limsahin kanssa suosittaa myyä vieläkin.
Yeah, this is very clever.
Alas oli siellä alussa.
But did they know there's one behind? Sergey, he doesn't strike fast enough. The door open, they likely would have turned it off too quickly.
Yeah, but they're anyway. They're watching it. It's a nice opening pick, but Sergey can still cause damage here. Close range CZ. Doesn't land anything.
Just meni kyykkä.
Both of the opening kills. The 5 versus 3, but ARQY's still alive. A small chance they can win this still.
Nyt Allu siitä. Pysäyt sen pommin.
He's got to be in the right place at the right time as much as accurate with the AWP because they now identify he's still on A. Glave's going to rotate the bomb back around toward T stairs, and the fact that they have Device and Mzazz inside of the B site pretty much confirms matters done. And this time, you got 51 seconds. The bomb's nowhere near being planted. There's no way ARQY survives. This time they're going to punish him surely.
Well, they've got him surrounded. They're not even planting right now. They want to take him. He misses the shot, the all-important one. And that's the orb remove, but he still has cash. He has $6,200. 6-0 on the T side of Inferno. This is the ASTRALIS pick. Not many teams can touch them on this map whatsoever. It's going to be a terrorist timeout. That's ENCE.
Siellä puhutaan, että helppoa rahaa.
ARQY purchases the AWP. Do they want the secondary orb once again? We saw X7 rolling that weapon on train to great effect. They Need to start posting rounds
Suomen
now.
vahvuudessa on voittaja kuuluu 29
Jos me se kohta taas rupee osumaan.
So they need to start posting a lot of rounds together. Astralis have so much cash. And the pressure's starting to get to ENCE now.
Saadaan Astralis.
Ran over here in the first half of the second map.
ENCElle tuli noute. Jaa.
We've yet to see them really be run over
Riiperu.
again. They're somehow capable of pulling themselves back into these situations. They were 7-0 down against.
Ei käynyt vielä.
0-2 in the group stage. Yes.
Se on xWerttaaZilla alulla 1 tappo.
Again, every time we say that we have to remind you though.
Ei kyllä muillekaan hirveet. 2 ja 3 ja 3.
Is something unworldly.
Vissiin alkaa ensin pelaajille tulla paineet.
Jotain te pitäis keksiä. Ja taas ollut missään, mutta toi oli nyt aika vaikea mun.
Not quite. You'll fall back and accept the fact they had some sort of a victory with that smoke baited out. Banana control for the CTs, but still very early on in the round. And LXCB with no grenades now. X7, same story.
Ai YouTube-streamista. IP-lasku.
How do they hold on to this banana area? They've got nothing to challenge it with.
They're gonna boost it. You can see him call for it the second he went down. Alexi makes sure it's clear. He's above the Molotov. That'll give him one. They can fade back, but they need to get away from the flames, and they can't. Alexi was tagged just enough as he fell off the wall that he'll burn alive as soon as he wanted to get back to B.
That's still a massive advantage for Astralis, especially on Inferno. The numbers will be very
Aika aggressiivinen kulma.
Just X7.
No aika.
No utility at all.
Patuma.
Aika hyvin. Kannatais pakiittaa.
Eikä kannata.
Eikä kannata.
Niin jää vaan pitää samaa kulmaa, niin ei osaa ottaa.
Ampuu vaan noita bottia.
Siis täytyy ruveta pelaa kun silverit, olla semmosissa paikoissa, ettei todellakaan voi olettaa.
Niin.
Se voisi oikeesti toimiakin Astralikseen, kun ne pelaa aina niin, että ne tietää missä vihu on suunnilleen.
Niinpä ne olettaa aina, että mitenkä ne ite pelaa sitä.
Se on pommin maahan, retake. Lääpuske savusta.
Actually going to fall off. Probably the better call. He can certainly hear them working their way back in. He'll even consider Banana at this point in time because it's planted for him. He can swing out Zippix. He stays directly on top at the emo position. It's a perfect way to swing. He can drop down, cover off anyone to his left.
Osaako olettaa?
Tuonne vielä banaan.
So far getting the AWP, but close as it is.
Kyllä aika paha risti tuli ne.
Flash dodge. Zippix goes for it. Exactly the play that was called out.
No huu. 16-0.
Taitaa olla jo. Tappoja häviää vielä sille.
3 versus 2, no utility available on the T side, but the positioning, the reactions to the smokes coming in. It's Zippix playing off his teammate, and look at the play. Preemptive fire towards the coffins is absolutely beautiful. How they pull that round off, I'm not sure. Are really feeling it now. They have to go into round number 8 with nothing more than Deagles and CZs. They've got 4 HEs, however. They can get an opening kill from this, but they won't be able to recover rifles. Nades go in, not much damage found. There it is towards Glaive. But he'll continue to force the issue towards B. Down he goes, maybe a little bit too aggressive there with low HP. Can't get the rifle, though. It's just too far of reach. Device makes sure to put it on top back of the
Menekö nyt vähän yli unittamiseksi?
Ei mun tarvii sitten selostaa tähän mitään, mutta siis mä vaan tykkään puhuu näköjään aika samaa kuin nämäkin. Oho. No nyt on next gen. En tiedä milloin on nähnyt tämmöstä.
They don't look that direction because 2 pistols, one of them a Deagle, can do massive damage if Astralis walks by that.
Ja pommi lähtee alpeen.
They'll smoke it again.
Niin pommi on alpeen. Pahan ne jättää se vähän aikaa sinne.
Jisk is still there as well, and I think he's setting to clear out new box.
Vaan toivoo, että ne menisikin B:lle mieluummin.
4 players on the CT side focusing the B bomb side, but the bomb.
Kyllähän tuo on täysin feikki B.
It's just Ariel who's currently holding in the pits. He'll have his work cut out for him. Device showing a little bit of presence towards B. CT still there.
En tiedä. Mitä nää tekee? Nää odottaa, että saa voi pikiä. Se onko tää B? Nää on kahtettu, onko tää B-stackki vai onko B-llä ketä ja sitten ne tuo pommi sinne minne.
Huomannut se siitä. Huomas.
Does, but it's too late. Doesn't want to fire at that point. He gives the information to Alexi instead. They try and walk the boost out. That makes it easier for Device to actually line up the shots, but Sergey, he gets underneath of it. Meanwhile, it's back over toward Ariel.
Mut sillä on ase.
No sillä oli ase. No.
Ei, toi vitu aikakin vielä.
Se oli muutamasta sekunnista kiinni. Tiesikö nyt pläni?
Niinpä.
Still the advantage, but Alu has an AK. 100 HP, you'd argue with the armor as well.
Tää olisi ihan mahdollinen retakekin, mutta Alu pitäisi varmaan mennä talosta. Ja ei selkä ainakaan sinne. Joo, nyt taitaa olla aika mahdoton. Sergei ei voi kyllä yllättää.
Much to do at this point in time. Let's take the blood from Mzazz' head, but it won't be much more than that. Bomb's gonna detonate 8-0, and xWerttaaZ even wants to chase him down. He was low HP. Easily done. xWerttaaZ just barely stays alive. ASTRALIS say unbeaten so far in Inferno.
Niin.
GG.
xWerttaaZ after winning that one has $16,000. That's the absolute maximum.
Joka jätkä jättää tykkäyksen tälle striimille.
Samaa hävitä näitä 4v2 missä 3 mutta peliä aika jäljellä.
Tää on kyllä paha.
Tästäkin on ihan hyvin piilopaikka.
8-0.
Pellas 3 sekuntia.
8-0. Nyt on paha.
Need to start winning some rounds here. 8-0 down. ASTRALIS have already won the half. There's the shot. xWerttaaZ is going to be dropped here. He gets away just about. An opening pick once more for xWerttaaZ.
Semmonen naatti.
Glaive, oh man, he absolutely nails it. They both got weakened
Ei kyllä mitään tuuria ensin.
Wow.
Ei juttu eikä taito.
We talked about how ASTRALIS reinvented this game using utility. This map especially.
Niitä olisi pitänyt 5 trein. Ois päästy 3. mappiin ja se olisi voinut olla vähän helpompi kuin tää infi.
Aerial again, 1-on-4, 9-0. There's no way he can pull this back. And there's no use rowing from the consecrated whale at this point. He will at least get one back, but it's inevitable. They're gonna run him over at this rate. Bomb's already planted and Glaive's hunting.
They're gonna have to eco again, or at least a partial buy next round. If they save the orb, they might be tempted to force into him, but why wouldn't you hunt him? You've got so much money here on the T side, and it's Glaive sniffing him out. Aerial, just a couple of bullets in this AK will take him down, as it looks like Glaive has found him once again. Another clean sweep. They've barely died on the ASTRALIS side.
Ei saa aseitakaan edes.
VH saatana pelata.
ASTRALIS ei kyllä tee virheitä. Ei anna mahdollisuuksia. Tää naatti. Aivan naatti. Ei vaan sitä laittele.
Miten nää näkee nää äijät?
Ensellä on 0, niin. Ja 1 mapin jo hävin.
And like I said, ENCE now, they get $3,400 every round they lose at this point. Problem is, you need about 4,500 per player to have a decent buy.
Niin paljon toinen sija saa.
They're gonna have to go CZ
Löysetään
again, but
130
they
000.
are good in these sort of situations. Not over just yet. It's a very scary scoreline, but they've come back from worse. We'll see if CZ's armor can find them that round to get them on their feet, get some.
Toivotaan nyt vielä, että ensin ryhdistäytyy tästä. Ottaa sen 6-9 puolisko. Pistoolit. No 10-5 puolisko. Niin se voisi olla ihan tehtävissä. Koska se ei tykkää olla tälleen niin kuitenkin aggressiivinen. Levii käsi aika pahasti.
Voi voi.
Even when you think you've got the upper hand and you
aika rumaa kapottaa.
Oli. Se oli siinä. Ei voi mitään. Ensin veti hyvin. Toinen sija.
Jep.
Ei kukaan olisi voinut olettaa ne finaalissa.
Joo, Hoppe ei oo häpeä.
Ei todella.
Varsinkin kun ei ruotsalaiset se voittanut.
Looks like he's on another level right now. Nothing can be done. 10-0 on the T side of Inferno.
Ei nyt vielä. Jos ne vie vielä 5 rundia, niin tää voi olla ihan tehtävissä.
Eiköhän tää on mennyt jotain peli.
Vähän vaikuttaa ne. Vetää niin hyvin tätä mappia, että ei ne saa otetta.
Siis miten ne nyt otti nuo naatit?
position is X7. That catches off Mzazz. He's not done there either. He goes back around. Finally, they get something rolling. ARQY.
Ihan hyvin
He takes out Dupree. Glave's gonna be locked in and he'll
Nice,
shut
nyt
him
minulla on
down.
pommi siinä, vähän liekkiä sinne.
Jokainen voittaisi yhden.
Niin, ettei oo 16-0.
Jep.
Mutta tää on taas tää klutsaa ja maisterin täällä. Kato nyt se! Kato nyt!
Tähän vettää vittu ihan vittu VH:lla.
Sergei laittaa. Ei ollut sentään 16-0.
Lost bonus removed. The next round is must win. No question about it. ENCE have to take this one.
No okei, olihan tuo aika ilmeisesti spotti, mutta vittu, että tuntuu niinku ne vetäis VH:lla tai tavassa.
Porukka pämmii vaks. Viivaa savuista.
Not timid at all. Lovely work from Sergei to close out the round cleanly.
Vakaatio.
Head into round number 12. Spending almost everything they've got.
A few smiles on their side so far.
Mitäs 16-10?
Still once in a lifetime sort of situation.
And there's nothing to be ashamed of. This run has been so good from them. This one is as well as they run down middle. It'll be ARQY holding on to the corner.
Vittu, sinne naattiin. Sä pitää olla heikonta peli.
Lexi wants to reclaim the other side of the map. Device again through smoke. These guys are so good at lining up and anticipating as Alexi can't even find him. He steps away and he nearly gets it again, even spraying with the pistol.
Tää kun noi laittaa kovaa savulla viit.
Just foolish.
Ihan kuin ei savuja ollenkaan.
Zipix will flash himself back in aerial.
Ehkä niitä ei oo.
Does find one. They don't even consider the fact that he could still be in the corner because they had to pit for so long, but his patience did catch them slightly off. Unfortunately, he'll burn.
Ei kyllä paljon tuu virheitä, sinne menee. Noin.
Markkanen. Siis mitä vittua jo.
It's pretty unbelievable, I have to say. Wow. Just in a Mzazz has got 213 utility damage so far. Glaive of 119 and Divisive 43. They're doing absolute work with the utility. That's
melkein voisi väittää, että no koodannut astuksen.
VH. Sehän on pikkusen VH, vaikka
Jääköhän joku niistä kohta kiinni.
And ARQY, if they can't win this round, it's likely to be a 14-1/2. No damage done
ASTRALIS vaan naureskelee tuolla.
Molotov will hold the CTs at bay.
Ei etteikö pahana.
On pahana vittu.
Alexi B, he'll be dropped and this is all falling apart once again. Zipek's patient for the push. They just know exactly what's going to happen in every round of CS. He is baited out, but he can't get the double. It's left in a 4 versus 1. That is the scenario now.
No on koko ajan siellä niinku jo tulossa niinku niin lähellä. Ettei ensi osaa odottaa noita.
And it has to be an eco. They got $2,000. They'll have to eco for the last round. That's why I was saying the 14-1 scoreline was looking very likely.
Suptu PewDiePie.
Not so easy today.
Kähän on tilanne Thesauryksen kanssa.
Full rush. On caution to the wind at this point. They've got to try and catch them off somehow. Surely the Device again. He's ready for it. He certainly is. Device nearly getting the ace.
Melkein ace, mutta 4.
Same result though. It's another round for ASTRALIS. And it's one step closer to tying the record for all-time victories. They want their third. They want second back-to-back. Fnatic won their third and their final on this stage.
That's a very good point. Last round, what a half it's been. ASTRALIS displaying pure dominance.
Eipä niitä tai hirveästi harmittaa tää häviä.
Niin, hieno saavutus.
No ihan helvetin
finaali.
Niin. Sinä potit, jotka ei saa naattanut tuolta.
Subtu Pevu eikä subtu PewDiePie. Spatkaa Pevu. Ei vaan, voi se PewDiePiekin käy supaan. Painakaa sitä tilaa-nappia mulle. Arvostan. Smartis kotiin to destroy ASTRALIS.
Niin voisi olla ihan pienet chanssit vielä.
On kyllä niin hyviä nois päin.
Knows exactly where They're inclined to play.
13-1.
Not even about baiting out utility because there just isn't any. No kits either, keep in mind.
Ottakaahan nyt estää viimeinen rundi.
Stored coffins now. As the Danes mount their attack.
Nyt olisi kyllä hyvä, kun aika. Niillä on savu vielä tossa. 3 sekkaa. Mutta niitten pitäisi rotaateen nyt vähän porukkaa tonne auttaa. Missä on apujoukko? Onko 14-1?
On.
Dupree will go for the plants.
What's up, bitch?
4 versus 3. xWerttaaZ in a prime position for another kill as well. Absolutely nails it. It's looking like to be 14-1 here. Device is at 7.
Kyllä näillä on kulmat kunnossa. Vittu kahtoo aina just oikein.
Palkkaa pevukka.
18 kills and 5 deaths, and Dupree that is bickering over the frags now. Who will get them? Absolute dominance.
Täältä jos nousee vielä, niin oho. Semmonen.
Ei ennen uusi. Olihan se jo. Tuossa heti sen 7 rundin jälkeen nähtävissä.
There will be a chance in the
Se oli
second half.
siinä.
They can pick up the pistol, but whether they can go further than that is yet to be seen. You'll have to find out after this break.
Ois nyt voinut olla edes vähän tiukempi matsi. Ei sitä tiedä, vaikka vielä ENCE comebackkais, mutta 14-1 ensimmäinen puolisko, niin sanotaan, että aika vaikea tulee olemaan. Ja siis ASTRALIS pelaa kyllä niin hyvin, että ei niinku... Ei mitään järkeä niinku oikeesti, kun ne ei tee niinku silleen virheet.
Siis kun ne ei kato mitään muuta kulmia, kahto just sinne missä hyvin huolisi.
Niin.
No ei oo 16-0 edelleen.
3500 katsoja.
GG.
Onnea Pevu timanttikolikosta.
Ei tunnu hyvältä.
No ei kyllä. Mä kun sain edellistä piikkämistä kultasen, tuntui hyvältä, kun oli C9 silloin suosikkijoukko.
3500 katsoja oikeesti. Kiitoksia äijät niinku. Ja joka ikinen kattokaa, että olette tilannut mun kanavaa ja jättänyt tykkäyksen tälle striimille. Vieläkö ois ENCE voittanut? 14-1. Siis ei sitä koskaan tiedä, mutta siis pääsi kuitenkin näin pitkälle. 14-1. Nyt jos vie pistooli. Jatkuu minuutti 20 päästä. Nyt jos vie pistoolin, niin ei sitä tiedä. Sitten pitäisi pelata niin virhettömästi, että oli tosi hyvä turnaus on kyllä ENCEltä siis, että ihan älytöntä, että pääsivät finaaliin. Ei mulla ole mielipidettä siitä. Pitäisikö olla mielipide siitä? Ilkää itkeekö kyllä. ENCE pelasi hyvin. Aivan mahtavasti tämän turnauksen, että finaaliin asti äijät pääsi. Mutta joo, ihan nyt jatkuu. Nyt semmonen comeback. Kuka uskoo comeback? Nyt kun vietä se pistooli. Siis vähän tän rundeja. 14-1. Aika karu lukema kyllä. Aika moni vielä uskoo. Siellä tulee semmoista.
Onko se siinä jos 5 hävit?
Sitten se on 15-1.
And they're going for the rush towards middle. It's Dupree that takes a bullet to the face, but he will survive as they continue to push towards the arch side. Dupree to play it slow. What is that shot? Unbelievably good.
What's up, bitch?
Will try and back them up as the advantage for Astralis, but can they hold on to it? They're forward to the smoke.
Spatkaa Pevu ja PewDiePie. Kiitoksia.
Mikä vittu?
No niin, kaikki tilaa Pevuka ja PewDiePie.
He's fighting in very difficult circumstances. Fortunately, they cleared out
Vielä olisi mahdollisuuksia.
On top of that, they've got the advantage.
Jäs kirjasto tyyppi. Allu.
A comeback. They have to play it. They have to put everything into it. They've got to give themselves every chance and believe in every possibility.
Kyllä, hyvin.
But Device has gone around. He's got one down already.
Älä. Sergei osuu. Kyllä. 14-2.
Siis nää on ihan helvetisti ohi kaikki. Miten helvetti?
Ai Astralis vai?
No siis kaikki.
Kato, kiitoksia 3 eurolla.
Ainaus.
Arvostan.
Pitäisikö tolla tasolla jo suojaa?
Superblyat navi.
Navi. Okei. Eikö tää ollutkaan Astralis? Ja ENCE-peli. Oisko comeback? Mitä ootte mieltä? Chat. Siellä kyllä moni laittaa comeback. Oisko comeback? Nyt comeback ihan oikeesti.
They were holding it on the front man. They didn't want Alexi to run in around the corner and give up something quite so easily, but Dupree even still finds the first kill.
They've rushed middle again, by the way. They rushed middle on pistol. They've rushed middle.
Ai, vie aseen sinne. Ei AK sinne.
It looks like it's falling apart, but they start to save the day. Goes to the 2-on-2.
Nyt niitä päät. Vielä se yksi siellä. Kyllä. Hyvä. Comeback.
It's when he gets time to set up. That's when you know you're in trouble. You can pounce.
Niin jo.
You won't give that chance away. Unfortunately, they do lose all but one, but they stay alive.
Nyt ne pelaa vaan 14 roundin defaultia voittaa, eiku siis 13 roundin defaultia ja voittaa 16-14.
Vieti kun vees.
Raspii joka rundi.
Herätys. Nuori osui.
No ei ne sen tähän vinny 16-1.
Uskokaa nyt vähän. Vielä on mahdollisuus.
Kyllä ne varmaan tämän rundissa on vielä, kun on 1 dessi tuolla muu ja 1 naat. Se dessukin jää siihen.
Tuli jo supatkaa Pevukka ja
Joo, tämä rundi ainakin varmaan voitti, olettaisin.
Double bluff. Either way, Aller's gonna wait. See if he can build out the cash. See if he can get rolling on this T side. Maybe get the AWP out.
Granaatti.
Aegis will get yet more utility kills for
What's up,
Astralis.
bitch?
SUB4PEVUKKA ja Pevu ensiin.
Kiitoksia. Sub for Pevukka. Kyllä, jokainen tilaa mun kanava. S for ENCE matto alta siis. Kattokaa nyt. Kattokaa nyt. ENCE. Nuori osui.
Vittu, jos ne menee vielä voittaa.
Ois kyllä. Comeback Israel. Sieltä Sergei vähän pistelee. Rupes ampumaan. Sergei tuli servulle. On se kyllä ollut. Paljonko sillä tappoja?
10 rundia enää niin tasoa.
Sergeillä he 16 tappoa ja muilla on niinku semmoista 6 ja 8.
Ei koota.
Looked like he was gonna get taken down on that because xWerttaaZ was caught with a nade out. Glaive was never spotted. Momentum shifts yet again. They've gone low. Both those players on B are low, but Device is rotating over as a result. He'll bring the op. And Alu's overextended. He's not aware that Device has come right back over on his side of the map. Boldly gets taken down. Ariel's the last alive. It looks like championship.
No, Ariel helppo klubs.
The Intel Extreme Masters kind of into events.
Ihan helppo.
All they have to do is find one remaining player. Dupree does that.
Ei se kyllä ollut.
Se oli siinä, ne vetää seuraavankin.
15-15. Kuka uskoo?
Ei.
15-15. Uskooko sä? 15-15. Jatkoajalla. Päättyykö 16-4? Kuka nyt arvaa oikein, miten tää päättyy? 15-15 uskotaan siellä niinkö. Moni huutaa jo GG. 16-4 vai 15-15? Miten päättyy? Moni uskoo, niin moni uskoo. Kiitoksia oikeasti lahjoituksista teille. Arvostan.
Masters, the Grand Slam last year. Back-to-back majors. Surely 2019 can't possibly be.
Encellä on oikeasti hieno turnaus.
He'll get two. They walk in the smoke, Glaive. He'll only punish one, but it's just aerial to find, and it's done.
Se oli siinä, GG. Astralis V. Ei pärjännyt ensin tällä kertaa. Mutta hieno turnaus Enceltä. Toiseksi. Pääs finaaliin. Ja Ence pääs toiseksi oikeesti. Niin. Astralis oli kovempi tällä kertaa.
No doubt he'll be smiling down on him now because he has broken all the records along with his team.
Niin.
Olihan tuo ihan ylivoimisia niinku alusta lähtien tuo Astralis.
GG.
Ja vissiin viime vuonna.
Saadaan kun chattiin vähän GG. Hyvin Ence vielä yritti. Astralis on vaan niin kova tiimi. No sit ensi kerralla Ence harjoittelee vie. Ette kun kiiltävää pokaa. Joo. GG, 5 € lahjoitus, kiitoksia, arvostan.
GG.
GG. GG. Paljonhan Ence nyt voitti sitten rahaa. Oliko se 130 000 tai 40 000? Paljon ne voitti. Nää nyt voitti varmaan joku 450 000 niinku silleen. Vai oliko se 500 000 vai paljon? Tai miten se jakaantuu? 150 000, 140 000, 150 000. Paljon se Astralis voitti? Ensi kerran 150 000. 440 000 niin.
You stay on top long enough. You find the heroes becoming the villain, and my goodness, all have Astralis in their crosshairs.
GG, oot paras pevukka. Kiitoksia.
The Astralis brand is winning. It's as simple as that. These guys have done a ton.
Tää oli mukava kyllä seurata tää turnausta. Hyvin äijät pelas. Astralis oli vaan vahvempi tällä kertaa. Se olisi pitänyt se treeni viiä.
They're the best team in Counter-Strike history, in my opinion. This is
sitten olisi päästy kolmanteen mappiin. Olisi voinut mennä sitten ensin.
Pro, full-time analysts, coaches, sports psychologists. It doesn't matter. None of these
Astraliksen mappivalinta oli vähän liikaa.
12-0 in the playoffs in the last 2 majors.
Alex, every other team in the world goes to bed at night, and this is what they see. Astralis are their nightmare.
Oi voi. Sergei kyllä pelastui siinä. Kyllä pelasi muutkin. Sergei veti tuossa Infitsikin vielä. Aika monella tapolla.
Well, OJ, he's going to be talking to the victors now.
Thank you very much, Alex. It's an emotional stage right now.
Subscribe for PewDiePie and Pevuk. Jep, näinpä. Kaikki käynyt tilaa. PewDiePie ja mun kanava. Ainakaan sitä tilaa.
I came into this tournament with my father. Yeah, he passed away just before I got here, and his last wish was that I went here, and so I really want to dedicate this win to my father.
Mate, come on. It is a fitting stage here, what you have just achieved. Back-to-back champions, you and Astralis. How much did you want to do that for all the reasons, for the team, for your father, for the family, how much did you want to win this back-to-back major?
I don't know, I mean, this was probably my biggest wish I've ever had. To make my father proud, my family, but also all of our fans and everyone in esports. Man, it's just unreal that we go and do this. This has been a dream and a goal for quite a long time, and now that we're back-to-back champions, it's just unreal. Thank you so much.
How long can you stay at the level you're at? Because you are untouchable.
I mean, the work ethic in ASTRALIS and the way we function as a team, as persons, but also as players. The way our team back home supports us, the way like our physiotherapists and all that stuff helps us, and our nutritions and everything, it just works well. So I want to give a huge shout out to our health team back home as well, and obviously to Kasper Witt, who is our sports director. So and obviously to all the lovely fans here that's supporting everyone.
Pevukka ENCE, sillä on hyvät ideat. Jep, mulla olisi vähän takuja opettaa ENCEn.
I mean, we always want to win. That's always the goal. That's what we want to do.
Niin, milloin on seuraavat majorit? En tiedä kyllä itsekään. Olisi siisti päästä ihan tuonne paikan päälle joskus.
Listen, I appreciate you taking the time.
Täytyisi kyllä vähän säästää rahaa.
You especially, but ASTRALIS as well. Back-to-back major champions one more time. Everyone in the Spodek. It is Dupree.
Olisi kyllä niin hienoa päästä tuonne. Olisi ollut ihan mieletöntä olla tuollakin paikan päällä katsoa tuolta ENCEn pelejä.
Incredible.
Ei Pevukka ENCEen kun oot pro. En mä oo niin pro kuin noin ENCE ei. Tori peruttu. Valitettavasti.
So much sacrificed in pursuit of glory, and glory they get once again. ASTRALIS, they just look so comfortable under what should be the greatest pressure of their lives, of their careers. For some reason, there isn't an ounce of it. Smiles as they dismantle a team that
ENCE pelasi hyvin.
world number 2, the world number 3.
Se olisi vaan pitänyt se junaa vii.
ENCE pushed all of those teams aside.
Siis
And yet ASTRALIS, they still look down.
emmetin hyvä suoritus päästä finaaleihin. Niinku ajatelkaa edes sitä, että ENCE pääsi oikeesti finaaleihin.
It's basking in the greatness, the glory of beautiful Counter-Strike, the fact that they can produce this time and time again. Na'Vi and Liquid were the two teams coming into this tournament who could be a threat. They were the two teams who we could take the fight. And ENCE, the underdog, ENCE, the team from nowhere, are the ones who rock up in the grand final. You can't say anything against them. They did what they needed.
Seuraava majori
they just
syksyllä
stand tall.
Berliinissä.
They've come close to breaking and setting records all over the shop, whether it's a match spree on Nuke, Inferno,
ENCE sai sen 150 000.
16 zeros. Yes, that's a record that they're aiming for at this point in time. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they're on pace to bring Inferno up to their nuke streak at this point, and I mean, there's just no weaknesses when you look at these guys. They've put so much work into this game. They've defined this meta of Counter-Strike. They've shaped how every team approaches this game.
ENCEllä on kisat Helsingissä.
Just finding different ways to play.
ENCE, of course, moment to talk about our runners-up in this grand final here on Championship Sunday. They get their medal. And my goodness, that medal better be pride of placement, because of what they have achieved is not going to lose value by being unable to top
ei oo häpeä.
The expectations that they've exceeded to get to this point, the Counter-Strike that they've played, ENCE have to be proud of their effort. You know, they're going to be disappointed in the moment, but they know that they've just brought Finnish Counter-Strike back to somewhere it hasn't been for years.
Pääsivät toiseksi.
Big clan.
Pääsivät finaaliin.
Vanguard, Liquid, Na'Vi, and they drop
se vaan pitää ymmärtää, että ASTRALIS on tällä hetkellä maailman paras.
Their run not to be snubbed in any way, in any stretch of the imagination, and of course they'll look at their personal medals as well, something to take home. You can't all share the trophy, can't chop that one up. The IEM trophy, absolutely a prestigious award.
Niinpä, Sergei vasta niin nuori.
Incredible performance from ASTRALIS.
Nuori osuja. Nyt jo pääsi niinku toiseksi majoreissa. Miettikää sitä. Ja Sergei pelasi vielä koviten tuossa Infernossa.
Nobody was even, you know, sniffing them out.
Sergeillä on oikeesti kova ura edessä.
It's incredible. the fact that they've done it 2 majors in a row, only dropping 1
Menis pelaa saunaserolle, niin ENCE sais 2-0.
Like you said, no one ever looked like they were going to contest the Astralis in this playoff bracket. And you can't take anything away from ENCE's run. They beat some incredible teams, like you said, Alex, to get here.
Yeah, but this was a different kettle of fish. This is a different beast. The Great Danes, the triple-headed Danes, the Cerberus to the gates of
Siellä tuli taas lisää massia Astraliksen äijä. Kyllä se ENCEkin voitti ihan hyvät massat.
Dominance, and it keeps getting better. Their counter-strike, it's not like it's falling off. It's not like people are catching up. If anything, the gaps in the games, they're getting easier. Astralis, they start their 2019 with a huge result. 2019, Astralis are your champions, and they will be setting their sights on the rest of the year to do exactly the same.
Sergeillä on kyllä ura
We've got to
edessä.
reflect upon this, not only their run, but of course this major as a whole. And a storyline that I'm sure will be attached to Katowice for a while now. We've had the fair share of teams come through. For now, somewhat of a dynasty in this very arena. Astralis have done the same. And ENCE, you're definitely going to be on the tip of those tongues. Audience came from around the world. We have had Australian.
Ja se kiitti miten paljon ihmisiä katsomassa ja
China,
katsoin tämän pelien
every part of Europe, all gathering in the city of Katowice.
Enkä usko, että kovin helposti tuolla pystyisi koodaamaan.
To see ENCE, and every single one of those ENCE jerseys sold out.
Yeah, I think when we look at this run from ENCE,
niin ei sitä tiedä, vaikka Sergei voisi tulevaisuudessa tulla olemaan oikeasti niinku paras
the best format possible at a major. There's been the format with the best of threes as the gatekeeper. You're not getting through with any gimmicky wins this time round. And ENCE proved that they're not to be laughed at, they're not to be sneered at. They're a contender, and I hope that they can continue that kind of form as this year progresses, because we do need more names towards the top.
Yeah. We've seen hot favorites dismantled, even before the legend stage. Names like Fnatic, NRG, who went completely seamless and yet couldn't get to the top 8. I mean, this conversation is finding form. What's more exciting, MIBR. There are teams now who have just
Vaikka nyt varmaan vähän harmittaa, mutta niinku kyllä ne
silti. Ei kyllä vaan. Vähän epäilen, että tää harmita kyllä yhtään.
A team like Mouse Sports couldn't even make it to the challenger stage of this game.
No, kyllä hyvin, varmasti kyllä niinku hyvin positiivisia tuohon sijoituksiin.
There's so many teams that can play this
peli päättyi 16-4, se oli, ja 2-0 nopeissa.
This is the most competitive area of Counter-Strike. Just because Astralis is so good, people think that it's not.
Look at the semi-finals. We had 2 teams, Navi and MIBR, who put on some
varmasti oli paineita tuolla niinku ihan oikeesti.
Joo, eikä siinä mä lähden kans iltapalalle ollut.
Yes, we're believing Zeus. This is the last major for Navi. They came out and put on a show, as did Simple. There is definitely recipe for some competition for Astralis coming into.
Kuinka monen ENCE nyt sit on siis? ENCE tuli siis toiseksi tässä turnauksessa, en tiedä miten ne maailman rankingissa sitten oikein. Monen siellä ne nyt sitten on maailman rankingissa.
Look, there's only so many hours in a day, and we've heard this time and time again from Astralis. They don't practice any more than anybody else. They're just more efficient with their time.
ENCE voitti 150 000.
Whatever that formula is, whatever that recipe is, I hope Sonic holds that close to his chest forever, because I love seeing a run of a team being this dominant, because I get to live and witness firsthand the greatest Counter-Strike team ever.
A game and its core that has existed for nearly 20 years has been refined. It took that long to see Counter-Strike at this level. Appreciate that for what it is. Yes, sure. ENCE, who did put on a fantastic show, could not topple or even make a dent, certainly in the second map.
Paljonhan näissä yleensä jossain niinku Suomi-turnauksessa oikein on näissä rahaa liikkeelle. 150 000 on kyllä aika paljon.
They have a very deep map pool. They can take Astralis to the limits on train. Sure, they require both pistols and a little bit of luck here and there, but they've shown.
Tai sitten täällä on kuitenkin joku rikas tyyppi katsomassa tää striimiä, on silleen joo, pikkurahoja.
I think we have to consider them a top 5 team in the world after this major run.
We might have to change our tiers of teams. You know, we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There's Astralis, and then everybody else.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That makes more sense. It really is just one man or one team versus the rest, and we're going to be continuing to see this unfold, of course, as the year does. But when we do kind of look back and you look at how Astralis' dominance started, it was touch and go.
Oikeasti kiitoksia kaikille, kun olitte paikalla kattoo, ja kiitoksia lahjoituksista ja taskurahaa.
They found Mzazz crying in the lobby in his North jersey.
No mä voin sanoa, että mulle ainakin olisi
what is
ihan
set to be the
törkeä
most
iso raha,
historically dominant
150 000.
team in Counter-Strike history. This is a story in itself, and I'm not.
Minä olen rikas.
Yeah, me either. I think that a lot of people, think it's boring because the grand final is over and done with. It's a quick, it's a, a flash in the pan. But the thing is, if a team can do this consistently, Alex, someone has to stand up and stop them. They're not going to let anybody win.
Maybe one man who's going to be interested in
ASTRALIS voitti 2-0.
During this year is LazyDanger. What a story it's been for him. He was one of my favorites on the stage, confidence from every pore, and now LazyDanger is standing by to reflect upon his major run.
Alexia, from the European qualifiers back in December and 38 maps later, you are the second place in the majors. You must be feeling pretty good about that achievement.
Yeah, of course it sucks after the loss, since we could have won it all, but it has been an exhausting journey this far, and we're very proud that we are at least second.
And what happened on that stage today?
Olkaa ylpeitä siitä.
We had our moments on train. A few tough rounds we could have won, which that the map could have been closer, or we could have edged it, but they took it from the T side over, and then we played Inferno, and of course they just showed that they are the #1 team in the world.
Well, let's talk about you, Alex. You're just 21 years old and clearly one of the most promising IGLs in the game. How has this experience changed you?
Of course, this experience boosted my motivation a lot, and like trusting myself, trusting my calls, trusting my team, because we can do it against the #2 and #3 teams in the world, so feels good.
And you have captured the hearts and minds of thousands of fans around the globe. Is there anything you would like to say to them one last time?
I want to thank everyone who cheered for us here. It was an amazing experiment.
And it's been an amazing experience getting to know you, Alexia, so congratulations, and let's head back to the desk.
Yes, indeed, an incredible journey, and you can see that LazyDanger, we've been talking about his absence of emotions, even he is not impervious to a grand final in Counter-Strike at this very moment. We do have an opportunity now to take a look at some of the Counter-Strike we witnessed, so why don't we go ahead, kick back, relax, and check out the Mountain Dew AMP Game Fuel Power Play.
The Mountain Dew AMP Game Fuel Power Plays.
Now, we have seen ASTRALIS are the best team in the world. Now, I'm going to showcase a little bit of why it is ASTRALIS. The score is currently 6-0 in favor of ASTRALIS. We're on Inferno. This is about to be the last chance for us to do anything or get inside this game. If we
Tuli hopet, hopea jo häpe.
ENCE is actually doing a good effort into this.
ASTRALIS voitti 2-0.
A double kill here towards Banana, and all of a sudden this is a 4-2 situation. ASTRALIS are only 2 men down, or 2 men left, which should mean that this should be an ENCE round. But that's the thing with ASTRALIS. Even though there are only 2 guys left, even though they're playing from behind, this is the best team in the world for a reason. Now, we get to see Siblings get the first kill right here, and we have currently a 3 versus 2 situation. So even though ENCE is doing everything they can in their power to win this round, it still gets down to the wire. It still gets down to a clutch situation. So what's going to happen in a second is that you can see Siblings is taking a little bit of an unorthodox position. He's making a play, and this is where I want to focus. These individual players from ASTRALIS are so good and so skilled. Now, what's going to happen in a second is you can see that is going to go in here. Now, the instant reaction from Siblings is to drop down from here, hide behind the wall, or use the wall as a cover, and then fight ALU straight away to get that initial duel and get the advantage going into it. So that's what's going to transpire now. You can see the flash come in flying in a second. Siblings drops down using the wall as a cover, gets the frag, and then Dupree follows it up with a double kill. This is why you can't beat ASTRALIS when they're on this level. Individually, they're just so much better than everyone else.
And that's just individually. That's one facet of the game. Thank you so much.
That was
your Game Fuel Power Play. My God.
Kyllä mä tosissaan toivon, että se olisi voittanut.
Not only, of course, the incredible minds that are at play, but also the individual skill that backs it up. These guys are hitting shots so consistently. You just...
Valitettavasti tällä kertaa kävi näin.
Sean, I'm sure, you got a anti-strategy. You'd solve that riddle, you'd have to still beat them as 5 players in the server.
Yeah, that's what makes them so unbeatable, is their individual skill is probably the highest in the scene,
Jaha,
as well
kiitoksia
as
Eero
their tactics.
lahjoituksesta.
This would be their 11th tournament they've won since that desk that we sat at in DreamHack Marseille last April. 11 tournaments in less than a year.
440 000
These guys
ASTRALIS voittia,
hardly
ENCE
go to more than
150
one
000.
tournament a month. They're not like the other teams in the scene. They don't like, you know, jam-packing their schedule full of tournaments. They've won pretty much all of them. There's only a couple that they haven't.
Well, with the Intel Grand Slam in their belt and just starting season 2 of the Intel Grand Slam with a win at the major,
ENCE is ready for kotimatka.
conversations happening right now, and I think that format might be working for them.
Well, I think, you know, liking winning and liking money it goes side by side. So if they can keep that ball rolling in that regard, that'd be fantastic. But some of the things that they do really well, especially on this Inferno game, is that their spacing is always on point. Everybody's awareness, you know, when a duel goes down, when a fight happens, they react. And you
Jos
can
olisi
see
ensin voittanut, mä
time
olisin
and
kyllä
again,
lähtenyt
the utility
torin.
that we, you know, elaborated on
Ensin
came into
päässä.
play on their T side. It's the CT side that it's known for, right? So much damage in
Näkyy
banana, you know,
Donatit jo
making sure that they're getting stuck in the choke points. They had that double tactical nuke on the B bombs, so we're glad that both those kills come down over the wall. Everything they did in this Inferno game was perfection.
I mean, that's it. You end
Euro-
your grand
euro
final
jo näkyy tulla
of the
chatissa.
major with what our experts are calling perfection. That's, I mean, you couldn't ask
Joo,
for more
oikeesti
from that
kiitoksia
side of things. Of
lahjoituksesta.
course, we want to see
Kiitoksia siitä,
resistance.
että
We
tulit
want
paikalle
to see
katsoa.
Astralis push to their limits. And
Kannustamassa
the
ENCE.
fact of the matter is, no one
Mun
can do
kanssa.
that right now. That's the conclusion we're coming to.
Yeah, I mean, they're the best in the early game as far as spreading out tactics. They're the best in the mid-round, reading rotations. And they're the best in the late round because they have players like xWerttaaZ.
So can we take stock of where their dominance lies at the moment? Because you know how they're setting records.
Nuke and Inferno 100% locked.
And Inferno, they have won 100%.
Hopea ei oo häpeä, mutta usko ja toivo oli kova. Nyt se on GG.
Well, there's the problem already.
So a lot of these series, most teams are going to be starting one map down, right? So before it was you had to ban Nuke, well now you have to ban
Jaha,
Nuke
sielläkin kiitoksia
or
Eeron
Inferno,
lähetyksistä.
because they're going to pick the other
Dual
one most
gaming.
likely. So you have to either become really, really good at Inferno, really, really good at Nuke.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, none of us are stupid enough to think these records last forever, but I don't know where it happens. I mean, then to be fair, their Nuke, it's been so notorious for so long. People aren't even, we don't get to see Astralis play like that often. It's just gone.
I think you have to ban it, right?
Yeah, you have to ban it. I've even seen them, you know, lose 2 pistols. I've seen them go down quite big. Nothing stops them from winning on those 2 maps. It's crazy.
I actually think MIBR as a team, you know, if they can, you know, really progress this year with the roster they have and the map pool, they play Cage. That means Astralis have to ban it.
Yeah.
They don't play Nuke. That's their perma ban, right? So they're not even messing around with that. The other 6 maps is where they have to refine. If they can get their Inferno up to a passable level where they can push and, you know, make Astralis a little bit squeamish. We saw what they did on
ENCE kyllä pärjäsi oikeesti todella hyvin.
Very good Dust 2
tässä
team.
turnauksessa.
The potential is there, right? But this is still in this team's infancy since they've come back
Astralis on
together.
vaan se
So I'm
maailman
really
ykköstiimi.
thinking for the middle of 2019. Definitely not anytime soon.
That's the reality. It's time to play catch up. It's trying, like,
Ja 150
is emulation the
000
answer?
euroa
Do you
silti
just go ahead and
voittaa
start copy and pasting Astralis, or do you do it your own
suomalaisille.
way?
We've seen a lot of that so far in the scene, but the thing is they keep evolving. So they're always one step ahead of you. They're constantly doing new things at every event, which is what is so amazing about this
Ja
team. Is
eikös ENCE saa kaikki noin niinku rahat, että paljon ENCEn tarroja ostetaan.
Playing against them at this event, where they were running back and forth in halls. You start second guessing everything.
Yeah, Jordan was confused because I mean he heard xWerttaaZ stomping around all over the place, and xWerttaaZ was all by himself. But it sounds like he has more people with him because you know you think it's Astralis, they have people backing him up. You give them more credit.
They get away with more than they should, right?
And that's part of why they're so good.
Like
is they
they're
get away
clicking their
with more
glocks.
now.
I watch Magisk. He lurks Palace. He clicks his clock. Like that's enough for you to go. Wait, why would he do that? What's that? What does that mean?
They're
What's
scary
happening?
as well.
They're
not
intimidating.
They're just their presence is scary at this point. I think another problem is with emulating that playstyle that you're talking about is if you engineer the playstyle, if you're the creator of it, you understand the next step. You understand all the functions of it, right? If you just copy it and you don't actually evolve it or put your own little spin on it, then
ei mä toi, että enää se
It's like me trying to follow a Bob Ross tutorial. Like, you know, I know he knows how to make a
Keksin
happy
jotain
little tree.
iltapalaa
I'm
tässä ja
just following someone knowing how to make a happy
varmaan
little tree.
nukkumaan.
That's a pretty good analogy.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Katsoin sitä huomenna vähän striimailla CS.
Yeah, moving away from
Where's
my
the
terrible
teleprompter?
metaphors. What, break it down?
No.
No, but we can see they're doing their signing
Niin,
sessions.
mitä
And I wanna
seuraavaan
say, before
turnaukseen on
you,
sitten
you hit that
hetki
X at
aikaa.
the top right corner, we actually are going to be hearing from Astralis, just so you're aware. They're finishing up with their fan signing. We didn't anticipate that they'd be signing all of their fans in attendance here in this Spodek, but they are, and we are going to be hearing from them afterwards. They're going to be joining Trace Sorrentis on the couch to round out the day. And oh my God, the trophy's here. Guys, it's huge.
Yeah, I don't think that fits on the plane. It might need its own seat.
No joo, mutta kiitoksia tosiaan kaikille, kun olit kattoo striimiä ja tukemassa ENCEä ja tukemassa mua. Ja kiitoksia tosiaan kaikista lahjoituksista ja kaikille teille, ketkä jätitte sen tykkäyksen tälle striimille. Ja olette tosiaan tilannut mun kanavan. Kiitoksia. Ja ei muuta kuin hyvät illanjatkot ja hyvät yöt kaikille. Ehkä mä sitten striimailen joskus seuraavan turnaukseen. Katsotaan, jos ENCE pärjää sitten siellä. Voittaisit seuraavat majorit. Joo, ei siinä. Katsellaan, se on moro.